Hello and good morning.
Well, hello everyone.
Give us a minute to get settled here, get everything set up, and I have to share this out to our group page because StreamYard no longer allows you to do such directly there. So give me a minute.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to share this out to Main Street Magic.
That's sad.
Yeah, but StreamYard's pretty cool. It works well. We're gonna have
Oh,
some
good.
guests come in.
Cool. And we are in the woods, guys.
Yeah, where are we?
Like, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you if we look a little funny on screen. We are literally in the woods. We are in the Treehouse Villas at Saratoga Springs.
Yeah.
And it is very woodsy, even inside, with the decor. And when I say that, the colors.
Yeah.
You've got your, dull earthy greens and tans and browns, and
it's beautiful
It
in here,
is.
but it doesn't fit well for video and live streaming.
Yeah. And then of course the sun's right behind us, and for us to be able to, we have to be facing the TV so we can see, like, hello Jeff, he said hey.
Yeah.
And if he asked a question, I need to be able to read. So with all that being said, this is why we might look a little funny, but the sun's going to keep moving.
Yeah. And we've got, behind us is the woods, and we've got the boats are right back there, which is great. And it's really cool. This layout's amazing. It's our first time in the treehouse. So obviously our first time ever staying here. 3 bedrooms and nice full kitchen. When you come into here, and we've done Saratoga before, which is beautiful. I think Saratoga is very underrated.
Oh yeah, and now with the refurbs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love Saratoga. But when you come into this separate section, which has its own entry into the Treehouse Villa area, as soon as you come in, you're transported like you're in Fort Wilderness, which I think is interesting because we know that over at Fort Wilderness, they're changing out all those old cabins for new DVC cabins. They should have just built something like this over there. This would fit so well. Even if you did, I said that from the beginning. If you're going to do DVC over there, wish they would have done studio to 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom cabin options. And this would have been 100%. A perfect 3 bedroom. It doesn't even have to sit in the air the way that this does, because we're technically on the second story. You
walk upstairs. It's really cool. And then there is ADA accessible around too.
I was gonna look for that.
Yep, there is,
because it's a good flight of stairs to get up here. So I was wondering how they work that out, but it's pretty cool. It just doesn't have the greatest backdrop for live streams, but
if we turned around and the sun was facing on us,
that would be perfect. Yeah. But we are here, we're doing this live stream for a little while. We're going to just kind of hang out. We have some guests they're going to call in, and all this is for our Main Street 16 Challenge weekend, which kicked off officially last night at House of Blues out on the front porch, which is their patio area. We got to meet up with some of the teams, hand out some packets. Tonight will be followed by trivia. This evening, there are still tickets available. If you go to mainstreet16.com, you can see it up in the corner here. You can go ahead and still get tickets, $25 to join. All that proceeds goes to Give Kids the World. It's gonna be a lot of fun tonight over at Malia in the backyard in Orlando. Hey, it's the Hulk. Twitter's working, so that's cool.
Yay!
So yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun tonight. We've got 5 different categories being presented by myself, Rhonda, Gary, Fernando, who is my cohort in all things Main Street 16. Greg Gately is going to be there from the Fanatics blog. He's going to be doing some trivia, as well as our friend Michael, who's going to join us. So we're going to have trivia tonight on history.
Okay.
Parks.
Okay, that's mine.
Yes, you got parks, and each person's going to give a different category. Audio is going to be a lot of fun. That is Greg's, and Greg is a sound engineer. He is an audio pro, so he's going to have audio clues.
Perfect.
Then we're going to do Star Wars, which Michael will present, and then I'm going to follow up and end it all with Marvel trivia. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We've got some cool prizes. One of the things, you can come out, you can do teams up to 4 people, but you can do less. You can do 1 if you want. But winning team, everybody's going to get this book by our new friend Susan Vaness, which is Walt Disney World trivia from her Hidden Magic series. We've got cool prize packs. We've got some gift cards and stuff. So it is going to be a lot of fun. We're also going to announce the winner tonight of our deluxe studio stay, our Deluxe Villa
Mm.
Resort studio stay.
That's exciting.
We had the raffle going for. So that's one way you can continue to give and participate in the Main Street 16 Weekend Challenge is go to mainstreet16.com, buy a ticket to trivia tonight, and come out and see us. If you're not in the area, you missed out on the raffle because we had to close that down last weekend. You
Mhm.
can still donate. Go to mainstreet16.com. Right at the top is a donate button. Go ahead and click that. Donate. Anything helps. So we have a long couple days ahead. We're 1 day in
Yeah.
on our 5-night stay, 6
Yeah.
days, which is a very long trip for us.
Yes, it is.
I know for a lot of people that's your normal
Yep.
Disney vacation. It's not for us. What are you most looking forward to over the next several days?
I don't know
It's a
because
lot going
I'm
on.
not sure what I'm doing except following you around.
Right.
No, I'm excited to maybe get some pool time, to be honest. I'm excited to see friends. I'm excited to see and maybe even meet people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was laying there in bed this morning. I was like, oh wow, this is only
It's
day
here.
1. But I'm also like, holy crap, like this is night 1.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then now day 2 for us. But I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be Tuesday. And then we're gonna be
I know. And it's going to be all over.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and cherish all of that. And that was part of doing this live stream. And during trivia, you can no lifelines. Those will be some of the trivia rules. Can't use your phone.
Oh,
No lifelines.
okay.
But it's going to be
It's not gonna be that hard though,
It's not
right?
that
But
hard.
it's
We've
gotta
got-
be hard enough for
Yeah, we have a varying levels of questions and degree of difficulty. So it should be a lot of fun. That's my thing. We do trivia sometimes near us on Wednesday nights
Mhm.
up at our local place that we love, and we go about once a month because usually Rhonda's working. But if she's out early or something, then we go ahead and we show up. But I don't like trivia that's too easy because it's not fun because everybody gets it. But I don't like trivia that's too hard
right.
because it's not fun because nobody gets it. And shockingly, if we are at a trivia that isn't Disney related and they ask a Disney question, I hate it.
Because everybody looks to you to know it.
Automatically. They're
I
like,
mean,
Jeremy knows this.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't.
Listen,
know?
man.
A lot of knowledge you got to keep
anytime-
up here.
Yeah.
It's too
You-
much.
Well, men, I don't know why. Men always have weird knowledge up there.
Yeah.
Like you remember your brain works and you remember the weird things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what, but I can't even say right now. But you do. Like, and with all that being said, you tell me that I know a lot. I don't feel like I do, but you do. And with that being said, too, there's a lot of times when a client will ask me a question and I'm like,
About Disney.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Let me ask
Well,
Jeremy.
okay. Well, but look at this. We'll go back to something we just had to do this morning. So we're here with Chuck and Amy, our wonderful friend Steve. They just headed out to Epcot. They're going to go hang there for a little bit while we're doing this live stream. But I had to say out loud, I had asked the question this morning.
And I didn't understand what you said. It
Is-
sounded like Spanish.
Yeah, is Friday considered a weekend? Because can I go to Magic Kingdom after 2 p.m. and I don't even know if the 2 p.m. rule for weekends exists anymore because of
I don't know,
park
but you didn't
reservations.
say it like that. You
No.
were like, can I after 2?
Yeah, can I after 2 p.m. go to Magic Kingdom if I did not make my original park reservation there for that day, nor did I scan into my park that I made a reservation for?
I was like, what?
So that was the question I had to ask out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the answer, but I need like verification because it gets so confusing. Also, people ask me all the time about like, I have this question about Disney, especially when it comes to Genie Plus. And immediately I have an answer. And then I'm like, you know what? I need to like fact check that and make sure that it's correct. Because
Well,
that's
it's
how
also
confusing it is.
well, and also Disney's always changing, so they
Right,
might
and
be
they're
like,
always changing.
we're gonna not do this.
That's why
today,
now
or
that I
we're
said
gonna
it
do
out
this
loud
today."
again, I don't even know if the 2 p.m. rule I don't even know if that rule is in effect anymore for Saturday and Sundays at Magic Kingdom because park hopping is available now. So, so that part's interesting. That leads us though to Saturday and the 16 ride challenge.
Yes, that we are not doing this year.
No, we're not doing this year. We're going to be hopping around the parks. We're going to be cheering people on. We're going to look at maybe doing some extra, some things to raise some extra money, as we're doing it. If maybe we can get Rhonda on Astro Orbiter again or something, or I'm not I'm not
Sure.
putting pickles on the table, but I'm not taking them off the table. It just might be a little bit of a higher donation that we have to reach
What
this
about
year
the
for me to eat a
death
pickle.
balloon at Disney Springs?
I mean, if we raise $1,000 between now and tomorrow, I'll get up in the death balloon.
Jeremy does not like it.
It's 1,000 enough.
Jeff said Rhonda kissing booth. Oh, what? No. That's a good
Yeah,
movie, though.
We could. That's a movie. Rhonda
Yeah.
Kissing Booth.
No, not Rhonda.
Is
The
that Drew
Kissing-
Barrymore?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, it might have been like years ago.
I feel like she was potentially in it. Or
now it's a young situation going on with I can't remember his real name, but it's like Noah or something.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
But yeah, Saturday's Ride Challenge, since we're here talking about like 2 p.m. and all, I mean, the past 2 years have been so interesting with the Ride Challenge because the true strategy didn't come until 2 p.m. because you could knock out your first park regardless by 2 p.m. there. And there wasn't really an incentive to technically get up and be there at rope drop. You could, if you didn't mind taking time, then the past 2 years, you could show up at your first park. Let's say they open at 8, they open at 9, and you could just make your way through 4 rides. You had 5 hours to do so.
And we did.
Yeah, and we did. But by 9:30 a.m., you were sitting around going, all right, we can't park hop till 2.
Right. So then we'd go have lunch.
Yeah, go have lunch or something like that. So really, in the past, that's why this year will be a true race. In the past 2 years, the challenge didn't start till 2 p.m.
Right.
In the last 3 parks, and who could complete those last 3 parks.
And now the
fastest.
challenge starts at
at park opening, and you just go from there. So if you decide to do, so what it's going to be though is that because Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom open at 8 a.m. Hollywood and Epcot open at 9 a.m. You don't technically get a time advantage by starting at Magic or Animal Kingdom. The winner is who does the shortest time from the moment they check into their first park until the moment they check out at their last park, having done all 16 rides.
Okay.
So
I'm glad I'm not doing this.
So in theory, you could do your first park at 2 p.m. If you somehow did all 16 rides between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m., you would beat somebody that started at 8 a.m. but didn't finish all their rides till 9 p.m. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's actually that. So now that's where strategy becomes interesting, because there's still a strategy behind saying, I know that it doesn't matter if we start an hour earlier by going to just say Animal Kingdom over Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
It does matter because if you're able to knock out, let's just say you somehow knocked out Animal Kingdom in that first hour, and then you got over to just say Epcot, then you have an advantage because you're at Epcot earlier.
Right.
You know what I mean? Clayton asked, is park hopping transit time taken out of the final time? No, it is not. And that was one of the reasons this year. So transit time counts. So park to park time counts. And it's one of the reasons we took out the minivans, because that became an advantage to getting to one park. So you have to use Disney transportation. You cannot use your own personal transportation.
No Ubers
from park to park, and you cannot use any sort of ride shares. So that is something that we changed a little bit this year because of all that.
Hi, Holly.
Yay. There's Holly. And Holly, we'll be talking to your wonderful husband, Greg, very soon. He is going to check in with us, I believe, from Epcot. Ooh. So we will have Greg join us, which will be fun. But I'm interested to see what the teams all do this year. Interested to see who wins. We've got a good, I believe, 10 teams at least that are participating.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's the most we've ever had.
Woohoo.
Yay. However, they are doing an awesome job raising money, but we can use more.
Yes.
So again, go to Main Street 16.
And not us, of course.
Yeah,
kids.
Give kids the world.
I would love to take it.
Just Main Street 16.com and go ahead, click that donate button at the top. If you are wondering, you can go to Main Street 16.com. You can see what the ride challenge list looks like. But if you're wondering, I'll run through it real quick for y'all. Magic Kingdom, we have Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Peter Pan's Flight, Barnstormer, and then just one leg of the Walt Disney World Railroad. So you don't have to do the entire loop
does
of
it
the
say
railroad.
one leg on there?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, it's in the official rules. And these are
they're cute,
neat little lanyards this year. So every team will have one of these, and you'll even see like Rhonda and I and some other folks wearing these. So you can get some information on the challenge. You can scan the QR code at the bottom to donate while we're in parks. And then we have the ride list on the back, and every team gets a little red Sharpie so they can mark them off. Moving on to Epcot, we've got Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. We've got Soarin', Spaceship Earth in the Seas with Nemo.
Oh, that's fun.
Over at Hollywood Studios is going to be challenging.
Oh,
I think that is going to take the most planning. You are able to use Genie Plus, and you are able to use individual lightning lanes as needed. Of course, those are at the cost of the team. We've got Slinky Dog Dash, Tower of Terror, Smuggler's Run. You can take advantage of single rider by splitting your team up. So another strategy. And then Alien Swirling Saucers.
nice.
Then Animal Kingdom, Kilimanjaro Safaris, which is such an interesting one because it's so long. So for me
Yeah.
personally, I'd want to get that done as soon as possible. Because can you imagine doing Animal Kingdom as your third or your last park?
Oh,
And of course, they
yeah.
close early. I think they close at like 6 p.m.
Right.
But imagine doing that as like your third park, and you got to get on Kilimanjaro Safari.
Well, or I mean, like Jeff just said, like, holy crap, the Peter Pan, I forgot about that. That's all
Yeah.
like
So you probably want to utilize Genie Plus for that and get yourself a lightning
Mhm.
lane return time, because otherwise, yeah, I mean, Jeff's right. That is the strangest wait time in all parks. It is generally one of the longest wait times. So I do agree that Tower of Terror is one of the greatest of all time. And Rhonda and I, as we go throughout the day, as we see teams, we're gonna hop on some of these rides
with the teams.
if we can. Yep.
You're
Yep.
just gonna go in.
Just for fun.
Just kidding.
And then, sorry, to finish off Animal Kingdom, Expedition Everest, Dinosaur, get one of your last rides in potentially.
Oh, I
We've
like
done it twice
Dinosaur.
recently.
Yeah, I liked it.
We'll do it again tomorrow. And then Triceratops Spin. So
Sweet.
those are what those all look like. So that'll be super interesting as people start to make their way around and do
Mhm.
strategy. And we were asked last night, does somebody, do teams complete all 16 rides? Yeah,
Yeah, we did.
they do.
I did
it.
4 parks last year.
Yep, we did the 4 parks. We did
And
all
we
16
did
rides
all
last
16
year.
rides.
It is, and again, that's what I'm so interested. We had people still finishing anywhere between 7 and 8 p.m. in the past 2 years. So I'll be interested with the no park hopper time limit. What's that going to look like?
Mhm.
Yeah, Jeff asked, is Dino retiring? We
is.
assume so at some point with Tropical Americas, which is rumored, the Blue Sky concept art coming to Dino Land. It looks like we're going to get a retheme, a reskin, a redo, whatever it is, of Dinosaur with Indiana Jones. And then the rest of Dino Land turning into Tropical Americas, which will include Encanto, possibly Coco, carousel
That's
or
really
spinner
cool.
type ride.
Mhm.
So I would look at potentially losing everything involved with Dino Land, all the way from the dig site, all
Yeah,
the way out
which
to
would be
Trilobites.
sad.
As you come into Trilobites, will most
Mhm.
likely change. I think we'll see dinosaurs become extinct. Dino Land will become
Mm.
extinct. I'm sure that they'll still do some. They'll still show us some different stuff and all from there. But yeah, Hulk asked the teams get credit for staying at Coronado. I wish. I really do think they should. Clayton said, I still plan on doing the MS16 Plus since I haven't gone on Tron yet and cannot ride Guardians if I'm here. If it costs me times, it'll be worth it. Yeah. And that was,
Absolutely.
that's interesting. Clayton brings that up because that's what a lot of folks did last year, is that they would finish up, for example, Hollywood Studios. Rise of the Resistance was not on the last 2 years because it was still part of like virtual queue. And there were just some things we didn't want to mess with. Standby needed to be an option,
Mhm.
because if you were
Absolutely.
to wake up and it's, for example, Cosmic is not included in the ride draw. And
I see Greg
oh, you do see him.
in the corner.
How do we bring him in? Oh,
I
there
don't
he
know.
is. Look at that. We're gonna bring Greg in and we'll get back to that. All right, Ronnie, you got to pop in your headphones here. 'Cause we have
Ahoy, hoy,
on. Hey, buddy.
MSM. How are you guys?
We're doing so good. How are you?
Live from Epcot, my friends.
Little Communicore Hall behind you there. How's it?
Little bit, or we could pan this way and go with Spaceship Earth. Which one do you
Oh.
prefer? Let's go Communicore Hall.
go
That's the
Communicore
newest
Hall.
thing.
Yeah,
And
I like it.
Remind us, that opens June 10th.
10th.
10th. All right. Are you are you excited for Communicore Hall? You're a big character guy.
Why do you think I picked Mickey and Friends?
Exactly.
I am uber excited about it. Like, I don't know how to express. I get to meet more characters. Look, I did DVC Moonlight Magic the other night, and I spent the whole time meeting all the rare characters there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Name just a few.
Turk, Kerchak, Kala, Flick,
Nice.
Princess Ada, Darkwing Duck. My
Oh.
favorite one that has only been around 3 times here at Walt Disney World was the Ugly Duckling.
Really? I saw that photo.
Seriously?
That's an
Aw.
interesting one.
That's awesome.
How was that?
So again, it depends on how old school of a Disney fan you are. There was no line, so I don't think people understood who or what he was or the significance of the Ugly Duckling. 1939 Silly Symphonies. Most kids today don't remember watching that. So there was no line. And I was like, to me, this is Disney World. Like, I love all these things.
That's
Great.
awesome.
So Flick and Ada, that Twitter lady must be going crazy. The one that's running that campaign, I feel like for decades now to
bring back Flick.
Yep.
Darn it. Bring back Flick. I don't care what you do with Disney, but you must bring back Flick.
That's a great one, though.
That is.
Yeah.
Look, man, it's Disney. We have a weird community sometimes, my friends.
Oh,
weird.
I know.
Look, I'm in it. It's got to be weird.
It has to be. We're all part of that weird community. We were just before you joined us, we were kind of talking about, we're going through all the rides for the challenge on Saturday. Where if you were trying to do a ride challenge like this, we've have the 16 rides, we got 4 rides in each of the parks. What would your strategy potentially be as far as like a park start? Where do you think because we were just saying how the time is from the time you get to your first park to the time you end your last one. So technically starting at Animal Kingdom, which opens at, regular hours, 8 a.m. between starting at Epcot at 9 a.m. when it opens, you don't technically have an advantage at Animal Kingdom because it's when you start your first park. But do you think that still plays in? Do you think having an hour ahead of some of the other parks opening gives you a better chance once you get to those parks?
I think your strategy has to be, what are the longest lines that you're going to be in during the day? What is the rule? Is the rule that you can't buy Lightning Lane? Like,
you can. You can purchase, you can. So of course, at your own cost, you can purchase Genie Plus and individual Lightning Lanes if they're needed, which again draws a lot of that strategy. Like Peter Pan's flight is on the list for Magic Kingdom. That's going to take a Genie Plus. That's going to take a Lightning Lane if you don't want to waste, potentially an hour and a half, 2 hours in that one. So that's something you really got to plan ahead. So I'm interested to see what teams do.
I'm interested to see what they do. I'm interested to see the challenge. I mean, it's a challenge, right? Yeah. How do you put your time together enough that you can get these things done quickly? We all have our own strategy to get through. Like if you're going on Na'vi's River Journey, or if you're going on Flight of Passage.
Yeah,
you're going to be spending a lot of time waiting in line for those, unless you have bought Lightning Lane first thing. And then it's running through the park without running through the park. How do you get from point A to point B? I think your strategy has to be, how do you get from the one park to the next to keep riding these rides? Yeah.
And that's a good point, as you're laying out your parks, that how you're going to do the 4 is that transportation. Disney says, well, allow 90 minutes, between anywhere and any point in Disney and another point, like just to be safe. But, you're going to probably want to pair up in Epcot and Hollywood Studios just because of proximity and getting there quickly.
25 minutes, my friend. 25 minutes. If you can't get from park to park in 25 minutes, you need to rethink your strategy. That's me. Like, I live here. I'm here all the time. Like, you learn how to do this in a quick way.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm not riding rides every single day. I'm like getting what I need to get and getting out or getting to the next park. Quite often I will stop and go, you know what I need to do today? I need to do a classic ride, or I need to do something I haven't done in a long time. Yeah. And that's the ride I will do for that day. But you just have to, it's timing. It's all about timing, knowing when, how quick the monorail runs to go from Magic Kingdom, or if you're going from Animal Kingdom to Magic Kingdom. My personal, I would start at Animal Kingdom. By 10 a.m., you're done at Animal Kingdom. You take the bus to Magic Kingdom. You loop around, monorail over to Epcot. Boom, you go through it, Skyliner over to Hollywood Studios. There you go.
Ooh, that's
like that.
That's good. That's a good one.
I just gave
That's
it
a good
away. I
strategy.
gave it everything away.
There it
There
is.
you go.
There it
yeah.
is.
Yeah. Hopefully the teams are just doing their own preparing right now. They're not watching. And
Yeah.
that way they. or
No,
that might have helped
watch,
them out a
watch. You
ton.
have to prepare. Watch. If they're not watching, then they just lost out on a good trick.
Yeah. So I know, you mentioned you obviously visit all 4 parks in a day, a lot just for work and writing and seeing things and all. If you were doing your own 4-park challenge, because a lot of people do that. We want to visit all 4 parks. What do you think consists of visiting that park? Does it have to be you got to do a ride and eat something, just a ride or two? Like if somebody said, I want to do all 4 parks in one day, but I want to feel like it, counts, what would you suggest that would have to look like for them for a park to count? You're not just running in, taking the photo in front of the icon and peacing out.
Right. There's
Anybody
me,
can do
I've
that.
done that before. It's
Yeah.
quick and easy to do that one. No, if you're doing a challenge, I have 2 different thoughts on this one. One is, again, I'm a character guy. I think if you're coming down here to Disney and want to do a challenge, you have to do the park's main attraction and meet a character, and you can go to the next one. I think
I like
that's
that.
it because, but look, you have to do an attraction. It's a theme park.
Yeah.
You have to do icon photo. That's easy to run while you're running in. And then I really think you have to meet a character. I think characters add something to Disney World, and spending time with one just it solidifies that you are at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Since you're such a big character guy, do you have tips for meeting characters and not having to
good
spend all
question.
your time? I mean, are you looking at just short wait times? Are you looking at hopping into a line when you know that they're on a break and they're coming back? Are you using Genie Plus to get some character meet and greets?
I have.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I have. It's knowing where and when they meet and how they do things. Like take, for example, at Epcot today. I know Daisy and Pluto are going to walk from one area to the next. I don't need to give them a hug, but getting a photo next to them or a selfie while they're walking is good. You also know where they're going to be, so it's easy to kind of follow them. Like Pluto literally is in front of my face right now. Sorry for the distraction. Just walking around, showing kids he's looking for his bones in
Aw.
World Discovery. Like that's what he's doing. And see, I'm a character guy. There's Pluto. Wait, hold on. Let's see if we can get him in the background.
And now you're freaking out. It's the best. Oh, I see him back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
Hi,
just
Pluto.
kind of, I know, like, so there's where I would kind of stop and do it. Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, let's just, here he comes. He's just wandering around, just kind of hanging out.
There
And
he
he's
is.
coming closer, and he's looking for his bone.
Aw.
He loses that bone constantly.
He
needs to
loses
put
the
a bell on
bone.
that
Hi,
thing.
Pluto.
That's amazing.
Welcome
That's-
to my life.
I
Look,
mean, but we're gonna miss out on that when they open Communicore Hall, though. Like that's gonna.
I don't think so. I think you're still going to see characters walking
Think
around.
so?
Yeah, and it's just it's going back to that. It's looking for.
I love he's just back there.
He's just back there. He's looking for his bone.
Nobody's even helping him.
No, nobody's even bothering. Nobody's around. Like all of a sudden now there's kids. So now I'm going to
Yeah.
turn the camera. I don't like
Yep.
putting kids on
Yeah.
camera. Okay, so back to strategy. What were we
Yeah.
talking about? Where am I?
How do you? Yeah,
Where am I?
what are your tips for meeting characters? Because that's a big
Yeah,
to do.
it's like
for
it's just
kids.
knowing.
Hi, Pluto.
That's great. We even got Pluto. We even got
That's
Pluto on the
awesome.
show. Even
We
Pluto's a fan.
did.
What just
That's
happened?
outstanding. That's Disney magic for you.
Yes. Thank you, Greg, for that magic.
That was great.
Oh man, he's literally sitting right next to me, but there's
so
kids
great.
around, so I
Yeah.
can't show you what's going on. But I'm literally live streaming next to Pluto right now.
I love this.
Yes.
If you ever want to see my ADHD side, there you go.
No, I'm with you. I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be
All right,
up helping him find the bone.
He's moving along. Bye, Pluto. Oh, that was good. That was good. That's good live TV
That's
right
great.
there.
Perfect. That's we do this live.
Perfect.
Yeah, character. You just got to know where they are. Look, there's your main ones. Princess Hall. You know you're going to meet 4 princesses. That's an easy one to spend a Genie Plus on, especially like around 4 or 5 o'clock. Everything's kind of calm. You've run out of the big rides. You've already done Big Thunder. You've done Tron. Hopefully, you've done Seven Dwarfs. Like now, it's time to spend time doing the Disney magic of meeting the princesses, meeting Mickey Mouse. Like you can't come down here without meeting the boss himself.
Mhm.
Over at Epcot, it's knowing not a lot of people know Pooh meets over in the UK behind everything. So it's knowing that. It's also knowing that look, we're lucky. We sometimes get tipped off like, hey, a character may be showing up. You may want to go over there.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. So you kind of just keep your eyes open, and if you know where they're at or if you know their path, you don't even have to know. It's like, look, we're sitting here going live from next to Communicore Hall, and Pluto just shows up walking around.
That's so
There,
cool.
there's a good strategy for you. Just hang out at Disney.
Yeah. There you go.
What do you guys do? Like, do you guys even care? Like, you guys are here almost as much as I am.
Yeah.
Do you guys spend time meeting characters, or is it like, because I know you guys spend a lot of time going to great restaurants. Like, I know you ate at Haleo for the anniversary. By the way, happy anniversary to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
How many years was it?
18.
18.
18
Yeah.
years. Yeah. And Haleo was a good way to celebrate it. It was,
It's
it was
really good.
outstanding.
Yeah.
You know, we don't do a lot of character meet and greets unless it is some sort of, event. I mean, if we're going to a Moonlight Magic,
Probably
or
something we
doing
should get
something.
back to.
I know we're at that point. I think we've been doing this long enough where you just, and I'm sure you kind of know, you almost just fall into like things being so easy where you get to a point where you show up to a park and you go, well, that's kind of a long line. We're not going to do that. And now we want to get back to where we're going, hey, that's kind of a long line. We need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we might look at doing more focus on those types of things, like the character meet and greets. Like I have a whole list of, snacks that we somehow just have never had in the past decade that have been around. And it's like,
Yeah. I mean, Disney dropped. What did Disney put out yesterday? Today's World Pretzel Day, which I should go get a pretzel and talk about that.
You should.
But they dropped all that information out. There was like 2 or 3 pretzels. I was like, I've never tried them. Why have I never tried them? What is wrong with me?
What pretzels have you not done?
I've not done. Apparently, they have a Black Forest ham pretzel in somewhere at one of the food booths.
Yep, that's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done that jalapeno stuffed one.
Oh, that one's good.
Have we done that?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think so.
We've done the cream cheese stuffed one that's like cinnamon sugar, but I don't know if we have done the jalapeno.
I've never done that one either.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So good.
That was.
And I'm the Philly guy. Like we believe me, we used to buy pretzels out of a shopping cart on the corner of like Broad and
nothing
Patterson
like
from some guy named Joe,
Yeah.
Who didn't use gloves or anything. He was like, here's mustard, here's 4 pretzels, give me $1.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And they weren't. Correct me if I'm wrong. Those ones aren't your traditional pretzel shape, right? Aren't they more like they're in the same shape, but they're almost pressed down, more like a rectangle? Or the ones I remember from the streets in Philly.
They look like. Have you guys been to the Wawa and gotten the pretzels at Wawa ever?
No.
Oh, then that has nothing to do with this conversation. Moving on. Yeah, rectangular.
Okay, I thought so. Because they bake. They like cook them off in like a whole sheet, and then they're connected at a point, right?
Yeah,
and
and you
then
just
pull
break them
apart.
off, and you're just
That's a Philly
pulling.
pretzel.
It's a
Yeah.
Philly pretzel.
There's nothing. There's nothing like it.
And they're literally sold on every street corner, and they're normally rather cheap, and it's a great substance to kind of get through driving around or walking around Philadelphia proper. So yeah. So anyway, I'm distracted today. Pluto messed me up.
I love
man.
it. No, this is just I like it. This is just how conversations go whenever we're all around and together. It's just
I mean, that's why I love your podcast, because it's conversational. But that's why I love doing podcasting, especially the way we do it. It's having a conversation. It's getting to know. I mean, listen, when we all get together, this is how I am. This is how you guys are. It's no false, no pretense, just having a conversation, enjoying the love of
100%.
Disney. And I love that you guys are doing this, especially for Give Kids the World, which we have all had a special connection to for years, and given back to something local is really important. Even though it's a worldwide organization, it's really important for us as locals to kind of support a cause like this. So yeah, I love how you guys are doing this, by the way.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And, we're excited to have you as a part of the trivia tonight. Your
Yay.
category is going to be the most fun.
Yeah.
I can tell you, because I got to put everything together in our cool PowerPoint and make it look all professional. And yeah, your audio is going to be a lot of fun. But well, okay. Speaking of like World Pretzel Day, all right, what is the day in the life of Greg look like when you wake up as a theme park kind of reporter, reviewer, blogger, news, all that? You wake up and go, all right, I know that today is World Pretzel Day. Disney Parks blog put out this article saying here's 7 places you get pretzels. What's your day look like if that's something that you're going to cover or you're going to talk about? Is like, what is a day in the life for you going to theme parks?
So day in the life, it's so I've been doing a lot of YouTube recently, trying to get news out because doing blogging is great, and I love the writing process. But in this day and age, you need more. You need to try to have everything in syncopation. So you have to have Instagram, you have to have YouTube, you have to have the blog, you have to have the podcast. All these things work together to bring in an audience that you're trying to reach and kind of give them a day in your life or what's going on. So if news drops, it's really easy, especially if it's at the parks, to figure out what news dropped, if it happened at a park, if there's something at the park. It's kind of heading over there, getting a little video and some pictures if I don't have it already. And then World Pretzel Day, it's just one of those, you're trying to get people to see what you're doing on a daily basis and follow along and go, hey, look, at the end of the day, what's our job? Our job is to sell Disney vacations. Our job is to make sure people fall in love with coming down here to Disney because it's magical and it's a good place to spend your money at. So bringing those types of information to everybody is really important. So that's what you're trying to do in a day in a life. And it's kind of waking up, seeing what's going on, seeing if I have video or stuff already in the can, and then thinking about putting together the YouTube that's going to go out at 5 p.m. every single day, and then what articles I want to cover, going over to the parks, getting that information, and getting the information new. You don't want to keep using old images or old footage. Or Tiana's, the water tower, now has a sign on the back of it. I want to go over there and get the pictures of that so people can see what is going on a daily basis. Like that's the life of a daily blogger down here, or a daily. I don't vlog. I guess I do vlog kind of, but it's more about. But I don't do like this live stuff. What I'll do is I'll take it home. I won't sit there in the parks and talk about it in the park. I will take it home, kind of podcast over it, and then show the images for people to see. So it's kind of wake up, have a whole bunch of coffee, get as wired as possible, run to parks, get whatever the newest information that I want to get out to people, and then getting home and putting it together in a proper context, because you don't want to just throw up randomness. You want to give people a reason to keep coming back to you. Everybody 100%. Can put out pictures, and everybody is. I'm not talking bad about anybody, but everybody thinks that they can do this, or they can just put out a picture and get 1,000 likes or whatever. But if you do it daily, people have the confidence that you're always going to be there to do it and to make sure that you do it in a proper context, and you're not being super negative. You're not being overly positive. You're kind of just being semi-neutral to give people their opinion to put on whatever it is, whether it's a pretzel and they're like, man, that pretzel looks great, or who would eat Black Forest ham on top of a pretzel? What is wrong with you? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's what it is. It's just being consistent and getting out here and getting the information straight from the source. Why else would I live here? It's just, and it's fun. Like, to me, doing that, there's your endorphins get going. You get that hype. It's like, oh, I got that picture. Sometimes when you get something first, it's really cool to kind of put that out there. Other times you don't need to be first. I don't need to rush out there the first second it drops, because I just need to make sure that I get the information properly out to people so they have the confidence to keep coming back and know that it's a good source for all this information and news.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, you're doing
That's
an
a
amazing
long-winded
job at
answer.
it.
That was a really long-winded answer.
No, but
Wow,
it answers it though, and you're doing a great job at it. And you've now got this daily series that you're doing, which is amazing. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's randomness. It is completely randomness. So we could sit there and do long form videos, but I think that corner of the market is covered. You have people, and I'm going to bring up Disney Football, DFB.
Mhm.
AJ and what they do over there is amazing. There's a reason they have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. They're doing long form videos throughout the day. They're talking about what's new. They always are on top of things in a professional manner.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't have that in time sink to put into it, so they only get 5 minutes. So I'm doing a top 5 or 5 things at 5 p.m. in 5 minutes.
Love it.
So
Wow, that's
it's
cool.
either the top 5 news stories of the day. It's my five favorite attractions, 5 food things, a lot of news. It's always a lot of news. And then it's probably 3 days of news and 2 days of randomness, like my favorite character meets or what we did at Moonlight Magic, stuff like that. And then everything kind of comes together at the end of the week. On Sundays, I do a weekly news recap, and it's normally 7 to 10 of the major news stories that broke at Disney, whether it is entertainment news from Disney Plus, well, the Walt Disney Company, and then what happens in the parks that we've covered and most people were interested in. So it's not no weird thing like, oh, there's a new sentence on Tiana Bayou. No, it's here's all the construction that happened. Here's some video. Let's move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I love that.
Awesome.
Would you like to play a game?
Let's play a game.
All right, we have some would you rather scenarios. That Rhonda, you can either start off with the first one. You can actually think that first one would be pretty good for Greg.
Okay. Would you rather live in Neverland or live in an arcade like Wreck-It Ralph?
Okay, I'm an 80s kid. I got to live in the arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, can I move around like Ralph, like from game to game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm living with Vanellope and Ralph, man.
That would be
Sweet.
fun.
Yeah.
What would you pick?
Which, by the way, did you see the news coming out of Tokyo this morning?
Yes, I did see that.
No.
A sugar rush is coming to Tokyo.
Yeah.
Oh, now that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, just
We
one
got to
more
go to
reason.
Tokyo.
One more reason to go to Tokyo Disneyland. Yeah, I think I'd rather live in arcade, and I would go back and play games like 1942 or Tron or
Yes.
not Dig Dug because I hate Dig Dug.
Oh, that was the worst.
It was the worst. Or Burger Time. You know what?
Yeah.
I don't want to make a
Burger
burger. I want a
Time.
burger.
Yeah. We were talking about technology for something. I think on the episode the other day, like, you have to think of people that didn't grow up in a time that, everything's at your fingertips. Like when the phone rings, you know who it is,
Yep.
Oh,
like
yeah.
used to, the phone rang at your house and you answered it and you had no idea who was on the other side. You played video games and could not save them. I don't think people understand. If we go home, tell the kids that and watch their heads explode, that you could play a video game for 3 hours. And if you turned it off, you had to start it over again. Like that's
Yeah.
insane to think.
I
about.
remember all those games from the Atari and Intellivision and Coleco. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden when the NES dropped and they put out Zelda,
Mhm.
and it was just like, I could pick up where I died.
Yeah.
What is this? Like, this was amazing.
Yeah.
Save technology.
Yeah, I know. What
I
a
remember,
concept.
like, here's going back, and the no save thing was, do you remember playing the game Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy from Douglas Adams
Yeah.
on the like Apple II or Commodore?
Yeah.
You would play that for 3 or 4 hours. Like, I want to go in house, turn
Mm-hmm.
right, look at this. 3 hours later, you're only like probably 5 minutes into the game, frustrated. And you're like, I'm going to come back to this. The computer shuts off and you're like, I'm going to start
That's it.
over.
I
All right,
know.
I need to write this down next time. Go left, go right, pick up flashlight. Don't blow up house. The Vogons are coming.
Yeah. Same with Oregon Trail. That was the same. That was what I grew
Dude,
up
how many
on.
times do you die of
Oh,
dysentery?
yeah.
All
I
the
remember
time.
Oregon. I
Did you
remember
play that?
Yes.
So my dad was an administrator for the school system up in Maryland, and every weekend he would get off work on Friday and he would take one of the Apple IIe computers from the computer lab and bring it home for the weekend. And then he'd take it back to school, plug it in on Monday.
Yeah.
So every weekend we had an Apple IIe that I would just play Oregon Trail on and die of dysentery basically constantly. But it was the same thing. You could play that for 3 hours.
That's
Then you're
funny.
done. You start over.
Mm.
Die of dysentery all over again. And once you died of dysentery, that was done. Like there weren't extra lives. And
Have
when
you
they started getting in extra lives, and you could do codes, and you had like a infinite. Wasn't that Contra had the infinity lives? Like
Yes.
that's
What was great
yeah.
was, did you ever see? I watch cartoons once in a while. I'm a grown adult. I don't.
You watch them.
I
All
watch
the time, I bet.
Teen Titans Go on Cartoon
Yes,
Network.
we used to watch that.
Oh
That
my
is
God,
such a
they
great
do an
show.
Oregon Trail episode that I
Do
feel
they?
to my core.
I don't remember if I've seen that one.
I don't think we have. The girls used to watch it, so we would
Mhm.
watch it. But that's a show I'd watch on my own. That
Mhm.
along
Yeah.
with like a Phineas and Ferb and Gravity Falls is a really good one.
I love
Like,
Gravity Falls. Gravity
Yeah.
Falls is fun.
as far as, like,
Phineas and
adult
Ferb, I can
cartoons.
put on Phineas and Ferb all the time. And then my guilty pleasure still My Little Pony from years ago.
Yeah.
Aw, I remember that.
Do you remember the Phineas and Ferb meet and greet that used to happen in Hollywood studios?
No, so
Oh, it was
that
so
was
good.
We
that
met
was bucket list for me.
Yeah.
Is Phineas
Aw.
and Ferb, and I normally I used to do media events, and the one I missed out on, they showed up,
Oh no.
and I was
Aw.
like, oh no, why? So yeah, how was that meet and greet?
Was it Ferb that proposed to you?
Jeremy thinks Ferb proposed
He
to me.
got down on one knee and had his hand out. We have a photo of it
Uh-huh.
somewhere of him down on one knee, because this would have been a decade ago at least.
Yeah, the kids
I
are really
think
young.
because the
yeah.
kids were super young, but it was an
See if I
outstanding
can find it.
meet and
Yeah,
greet. I
you
guess
wouldn't be
now it would have
celebrating if he
been-
did that to me. You wouldn't be celebrating an anniversary, man. You'd be like, was married to this guy for 8 years, and now I'm married to Ferb.
There you go. That would have been. I'm glad Rhonda didn't take that route. This would be a very
I
different
mean,
day right now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
This would
Ferb,
be.
Ferb would
It
treat
sure
you
would.
right. That's all I'm saying.
And I think it was around Streets of America area. I think towards the entrance, and they had a picket fence, from their backyard backdrop with some bushes and
Right.
all was the backdrop to it. But yeah, I mean, back to I guess the original question. I think I'd pick living in a video game as well. I think you convinced me on that one. Would
Yeah.
you do Neverland? I feel like you would do Neverland.
The fact that yes, this is a big birthday year. I feel like I think I'd pick Neverland.
45's not a big birthday year, is it?
Yeah,
Halfway,
I'm-
halfway to
I'm-
50.
I'm done. Next year I'm gonna be 45.
Over.
I couldn't live
over
with
and over again.
Tinkerbell. She's not the nicest fairy in the
I
world.
love Tinkerbell.
Oh, don't say I don't love her, but she's not the nicest.
Yeah, she's
Like
not.
she should be the protagonist in Peter Pan.
She should. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
There's a hot take for you. You know who's evil? Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
well, technically Peter Pan is
Peter Pan.
I'll
is a
agree
little bit evil.
with other people.
They're both
He-
evil. They're both
he
stealing
steals the
children.
children.
Yeah, they kidnap kids in the middle of the night. It's not acceptable anywhere else.
No,
Right.
No.
What's going on?
I don't know.
And then is that? I mean,
I just want to live forever. Not really.
No,
There's
I
no
agree.
I want to look young. I don't want to live forever. I want to look young forever.
look young forever.
But
for
then I
however
know-
long you live.
Yeah, but I don't want to also get plastic surgery and stuff.
But at that rate, let's just say you were given the option to live forever. Actually, did you watch The Good Place when it was on the show? Okay.
What is
There's
that?
kind of a scenario. Oh, you should watch with Kristen Bell and Ted.
Oh, is that
Danson.
with what's his name? Sam Malone? What's his name?
Yeah, Ted Danson.
Ted Danson. Yes, I actually did. I don't watch TV shows, but but Holly, my beautiful wife,
Yeah.
would watch it, and I would be in the room, and I caught probably 3 or 4 seasons of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, there's technically a scenario. Let's just say you could be given. You say, all right, you can be in the way you are right now, your age right now, and you technically could be forever. How long do you think you could make it until you would just be like, all right, this has been enough. I'm kind of just done. I mean, how long could you maintain? Think about maintaining the same age. It'd be one thing to just live for a really long time. It'd be another to be like, I got to be this guy forever. That'd be interesting.
So I think what's the book series? Anne Rice, the Vampire Lestat series.
I'm sure
She
you know that from
does
both books and
such
vampires.
a good job going through these vampires who started off in Egypt and are now alive today, and the
'cause they live
horror
forever.
of living that long. I think I would make it 100 years before I'm like, come on, man, I'm good. Sorry,
Yeah,
my bad. Give it
Yep.
back.
Stake me. Let's go.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm interested in what's to come in the future, so I would want to stick around. I want to stick around as long as I can. That's
Yes.
the best way to put it. I just want to
That's a good answer.
leave my mark and stick around as long as possible, and then bow out gracefully.
That's a really good answer.
Yeah.
Like Michael
I like
Jordan.
Mhm.
And then just don't come back out of retirement.
I think it's funny that Jeff
Wait,
and
did you just associate me with Michael Jordan?
I
Like
did.
I'm the Michael Jordan of bloggers? I'm
You are.
that
You are
the
good?
goat.
Thank
You are
you
the
so
goat, my
much for that.
friend.
I'm going to use that as a quote from now
you should.
on.
You should.
Just
I am the Michael Jordan.
put that right under on your header, just the goat of blogging, and then
Kidding.
underneath it you can just quote Jeremy Stein, Main Street Magic. That's all
Yep.
you need. That's perfect. Did you have a question?
No, I think it's
Okay.
funny that your wife and Jeff are going back and forth. They're like, wait,
Oh yeah,
Give
they
me
are talking about
Tink. I don't like Tink and Peter, but give me all the Smee and Hook. And
is
then
Hook the good guy?
he's like, is Hook the good guy? And Holly's like, yes.
Yeah.
Hook is. And then it's like, wait, Hook is
Ho-
the good guy.
Holly's biased. Let's put this out there. Holly is biased. Smee is her favorite character of all
Yeah.
time.
yeah.
So she will defend Smee and his whole side to the core.
Would you take, and here's the thing I don't like about the Beauty and the Beast sing along in France,
Oh.
is that they change so much, but it is kind of cool what they did with LeFou. Would you want to see that with like a Smee, where Smee gets his own story? Then I'm sure Hollywood, like he kind of gets his own story, because they really painted LeFou to be a really good guy in that. You know,
Mhm.
I mean,
Yep.
he hated Gaston. Like he didn't want to be doing any of this stuff. When you look at that sing along, they could do the same thing with Smee, and put a show like that in Magic Kingdom or something.
Right. If you're gonna, here's my thoughts a little bit on that. It's if you're gonna have a character meet and greet, or the character is going to be walking around Disney or be part of a parade, there should be something about that character in the park somewhere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Obviously, with Smee and Captain Hook and stuff, you have Peter Pan's ride,
Mhm.
but it'd be nice. I don't know. It would be nice to have that. There's just so much else that you could do.
I know.
Just so much else.
Yeah. We'll go with another would you rather, and we'll you got about 10 more minutes. Is that cool? 'Cause we
Man,
wanna
I'm
be
hanging out at
respectful
Epcot.
of
I
your
got
time too.
I got enough time till I got to shower and come meet you guys in person,
Okay. All right. Let's
which
see
is
if
like
we've
10
got
minutes because
another-
it takes me a while.
You don't wake up looking that good, Greg? I bet you do.
I'm a beautiful man, Jeremy. I'm a beautiful man.
Yes, you are.
All the time.
Oh no, that one gets a little bit weird. So, okay, would you rather have
Wait,
a
wait,
genie-
wait. That gets a little weird. I
yeah,
love
I
weird.
saw that and thought the same thing.
Well, I don't think
Would you
this
rather
would be...
have a sleepover with Joy from Inside Out, or go ice skating with Elsa and Anna?
Be very careful about how you answer that.
Oh. Do Elsa and Anna sing while ice skating?
I'm like, this is a family show.
Yeah. If you ask, is that going to sway your
Imagine
decision,
the baby
positive
that
or
would
negative?
come from Joy and Greg with the blue hair. Just saying.
That is true. That is true.
I kept it PG.
You did.
Well,
When I first looked over this question, I missed out on a few words, so I thought it said something very, very different.
Would you?
I can
sleep?
understand.
Yes,
Yeah.
I thought the original question was,
That
you
would
rather
go
sleep
weird.
with Joy?
Moving on. Let's just move on from that one.
So I thought,
Oh my goodness.
okay. Well, speaking of blue, being blue, would you rather have a genie like Aladdin or have your own powers like the Incredibles?
Oh,
That's a
Oh,
really good.
that's a good
question.
one.
that's a good one. I
'Cause
am.
You're limited to 3 if you've got genie. Three things that can change
Yeah.
your life. But if you've got powers, and then what would that power be?
Like the Incredibles.
Right.
So they
Oh,
only
you'd have
have
to have
one
one of their-
power.
Well,
So
they each have
either it's
individual powers.
either having a superpower or 3 wishes
Yeah.
I think
is what it
three
comes
wishes.
down to.
Hey, can one of your wishes be?
No more
I would like a
wishes.
superpower.
Oh yeah.
See,
I
here's
think I
the
just
problem.
answered the question, right?
No matter how mean I try and act once in a while, at the end of the day, I have a huge heart. So
Yes, you
all
do.
three of my
You do.
wishes would be used to make the world a better place.
Aw.
Aw.
It wouldn't be a personal thing. Like, of course, you always wish for wealth and happiness and long life and all things like that. And those are all admirable. But I think those are things that in the human spirit, we should work on for ourselves to make it a better place.
Yeah.
Having a superpower, I think, though, you could use that to make things better
Right.
for everyone. So, I mean, yeah, I think I'd rather go with superpower.
You could use it. So what superpower do you think would do the most good? What could like Midas's touch be a superpower? Everything you touch turns to gold. So you could go to areas that need help, that need finance.
Yeah, but then
and you
you're
could touch gold stuff.
devaluing the
Yeah.
price of gold at that point.
Dang it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. No, I wouldn't.
No,
want
I think
Midas
it would
touch.
be something simple like intelligence, like Megamind. Even though
Oh.
Megamind went evil,
Yeah, that's true.
you can use the intelligence to probably solve most things. Like, I mean, people still talk about Einstein today and his theory
Yeah.
of relativity and those sorts of how it led to the splitting of an atom. But I think intelligence would probably be the best superpower, and just be able to be smart enough to figure out and solve all these issues, but also smart enough to figure out how to tell people how to solve these issues.
That's a really good answer.
Dang,
I can't-
Greg.
I can't beat that one.
Jeremy should know by now, if you invite me on, I'm going to go deep on
I know.
something.
I love it. Yeah, Greg's Journey into Imagination episode that I did with him was outstanding. It was so good.
One of my favorite podcasts I've ever did.
It was fun. It was good and it was fun and it was informative and it got deep and it was we laughed, we shared. It was awesome. Okay, would you rather have Olaf as a best friend or Stitch? I know Rhonda's answer.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knows my
Olaf,
answer, probably.
100%.
Yeah, I
That
agree.
guy just, I would walk around with him and just we would sing and dance in the fields, and there would be flowers growing around us, and we would frolic, and we could go to the beach, and we would still be cool if we needed to. And I don't know, Olaf is just, and what's great about Olaf is you see him grow in Frozen 2.
Yeah,
So it's like, he's not going to be an idiot his whole life. Whereas in Stitch, I'm gonna not hot take on Stitch.
bring it to us, especially Rhonda. She's already lighting
No,
up. She wants
I
to
love
hear it.
Rhonda. I'm not
I
going to do
know.
anything against her, or say anything against one of her favorite characters.
But I mean, I still think at any moment though he could still turn on you.
Just
Stitch
like
could.
any animal.
Right.
Right.
Olaf is not
right.
gonna
Is he a
turn on you.
dog? Is he a cat? Is he an alien? Is he an
Yeah.
experiment? Like, what actually did they experiment
the
on?
above.
Like, what's going to happen one day when, tiger goes tiger at some point?
Yeah.
Like, you ever see these people who own these exotic pets? At some point, the monkey's
turn.
going to eat your face.
I know.
A monkey's gonna eat you.
Monkey's going to
That's
go
what
monkey.
happened. That's what
Yeah.
happened, and it's all on the audio call,
No.
the 911 call. That thing is horrifying. That's a
Oh
that was
see-
a-
yeah.
You see what Holly put there?
I
Yes.
remember.
Every single day, I turn to her or Rory, and I'm like, "You want to build a snowman?"
yeah.
Just randomly.
That was
And
in
then-
the-
Oh, I love it.
Have you seen? Let's keep this as PG as possible. Have you seen the new Deadpool
I
and
was
Wolverine
just going to
trailer?
bring it up. I was just going to bring up
Yes.
the ending. Yeah, the ending clip
When
there.
he ended it that way, I lost it for
so
a good
good.
half an hour, where
Mhm.
like tears were coming out of my eyes. It hit home so well. Oh man! But
It
yeah,
was
I
so
still
good.
will. But now it has new connotations.
Yes, it does. Yeah, thanks to Deadpool. They have
Right,
lots of
thanks,
things in
Deadpool.
life. Yeah, lots of things in life have new new connotations thanks to Deadpool. You want to pick one more there, babe, that you like, preferably that isn't sleeping with Disney characters?
I'm a happily married man.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
But
let's
if there
see.
could pick one, no, we won't go there.
No. um.
I'm not. I was told by my wife I'm not allowed to think that way or make inappropriate jokes that way about certain characters.
That's
yes,
right.
yes.
Speaking of that, real quick, my brother a long time ago loved Jasmine
Mhm.
from the animation, and he literally dated this girl that was technically jealous because Daniel thought she was pretty.
That Jasmine was.
I'm like,
Wow.
what?
That's
Now,
when you know that's
praise
not going
God.
anywhere.
Yeah, he didn't marry her, and she's, but still, I was like,
That's too funny.
I have an
wow,
issue
that's
going back to
crazy.
meeting characters. If you're a face character, I'm very all of a sudden like I don't go crazy. I'm like,
Mhm.
thank you very much. I'll give
Yeah.
I'll hold their arm. I
Yeah.
don't hug face characters. I'm 40s. It's a little weird to be like, oh my God, and hugging on a princess.
Yeah.
But taking a picture with them, holding their arm, acting like a prince, I'm cool with.
Mhm.
You give me a furry character, oh boy, it is on. I am all up in your fur.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So then who's your favorite character, face character to meet and furry character to meet? If you had to pick one of
Oh,
each.
that's a great question. Face character, it's Disney World. I get the most out of probably meeting Cinderella. Because all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's royalty. And in my head, I know how to take fantasy and reality and separate them. And it's like, I'm in that fantasy world of, hey, I'm meeting Cinderella. This is cool. And you act very casual. You act very nice around her. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am type things.
Mhm.
Furry characters is weird. It would have to be almost any bear.
Oh,
You give
okay.
me a bear. I met Baloo the other night, and I was like, I could have cared less about King Louie. It was like, get out, move, and ran towards Baloo.
That's
Aw.
awesome.
I can walk through Frontierland and meet Wendell or Shaker or Big Al or whoever is out there from the Country Bears and love it. Like I have been in the middle of conversations and seen a bear in like the distance, and in the middle of saying something, just started running to go say hi to him.
I
So
love those interactions over there.
yeah, it's so weird. Like I love meeting Mickey. I like it's all of them, man. I mean, it's Disney.
Yeah.
How about Snow White?
So Snow White is my absolute favorite character of all time. Yeah, I become like blushing when I meet Snow White. It's very weird. But it's not out of like this love for the person doing it. It's
Right.
love of that character and what it means to Disney and what
Right.
it means to me. And none of us would be here if that character did not exist. And look, that story, the whole story is weird to me. It's like Coma Girl and Seven Shorties.
7 shorties.
It's just weird. But if it wasn't for that character, and she is absolutely brilliant to me, and I could care less about the dwarves, but
Yeah.
meeting her, and I think that's if Cinderella means something to Walt Disney World, Snow White is the Disney princess and should always be, no matter how big Anna and Elsa or Asha or any of these Jodie Benson's Little Mermaid, no matter how big those princesses are, nothing can ever compare to what Cinderella or Snow White are. And they even outdo like Sleeping Beauty because you don't have that big Sleeping Beauty presence in Disneyland like you should.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry. What was the next question?
Yeah. Did you? No, I love those answers. I have a new appreciation
yeah, I guess
for
I'll
Snow
pick.
White.
I'll pick this one. Would you rather be able to shoot a bow like Merida, or swing a frying pan like Rapunzel? Which?
Wow, great question. Again, while I love Tangled, and I think I would rather shoot a bow like Merida.
Yeah.
Long distance. I love confrontation. And I can hold my own, but I don't want to be up close when I'm hitting you with a fry pan.
Yeah.
I'd rather be picking you off from the towers or horseback.
See,
Nice.
that's the right answer if you're looking at battle.
Oh, I agree.
You'd have to shoot.
I
You have to
agree.
shoot from afar. You
I
get 'em
agree.
from-
Can
get 'em
I
from
have her
near.
hair though?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Like, I'd love to
You
be.
can take Rhonda's.
Yeah, I mean,
Trying to keep
close
it
enough.
warm.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, this has been a lot of fun.
So
Thank
tonight,
you-
let's talk
thank
about
you so
tonight.
much.
What are we doing
Let's
tonight?
talk about tonight. So we're super excited for trivia tonight over at Malia Orlando and Celebration. Greg is going to be there with his audio portion, which is going to be so much fun.
Woohoo.
That's what I'm looking forward to the most. But you can still get tickets, $25 if you go to mainstreet16.com. You're going to see
Yes.
the trivia link right there. $25. All of that goes to Give Kids the World.
Down there.
Right down there. And then and come out and see us, and come out and see Greg. You can meet this wonderful gentleman in person, and he's just as great
And
in person as
the
he is on
exact
live
same
stream.
way in person as I am right now. So
Love it.
if you ask me something, be prepared. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. We're going to see how long the audio portion of the questions and answers are tonight. We're going to hopefully keep it short. But, then again, it's me. Who knows what could happen? I could start doing a stand-up routine and become a illusionist or something.
Hey, that's what all of this is about. This is
Now I
this
have
is
to
us
learn how to
having
do
fun.
magic for Main Street Magic.
You've got like 6-7 hours. So you can get it done. You can get it done by then. You can do the if Agent
Rhonda, can I
oh
saw
my
you in
gosh,
half?
Will.
Let's learn the saw you in half
Ooh,
thing.
that would be fun.
Okay.
That would be a lot of fun. How much do we have to raise for Greg
To
to
saw me
you
in half?
Saw you.
Yeah. How much?
It's a trick. It's not.
Are you
It's
sure?
a trick. It's a
Okay.
trick. I don't know. With Greg, it might be real. It could be.
There's no telling what could happen. I used to watch Gwar a lot as a child and go to their concerts.
Did you? That's got to be one heck of
I
a
needed the
live show.
Disney meets Gwar. That's
Yeah.
what I need in life.
You know Gwar? You I mean, there was full body character, right? I mean, it wasn't just some face
It
paint
wasn't
and
just
some
remember.
blood
devil
and
horns.
gore
It
on
was
stage.
like,
It was
yeah,
the costumes, the battle hammer look. Like it was seeing a band that played Dungeons and Dragons music live, but aliens.
yeah. That's insane.
But anyway, so yeah, I'm really looking forward tonight. 6 p.m. is that 5 p.m.?
6 p.m. Yeah, we'll
6 p.m.
if we'll have you there. Yeah, you show up a little bit early. I might need some technical help. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll
how
be there
Easy,
early.
how easy
No
it is
problem.
to plug things into other televisions and audio systems and such.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
no, I
he
appreciate
can
you
help.
guys.
But it's
I
just you,
appreciate-
not Holly.
Holly will not be there. She has
Yeah.
a brand new job that she is. It's out of Oregon, so she
Oh.
kind of is on Oregon time.
There's Chuck and Amy
Yes.
and Steve. Look, they
See?
found you. I
You just
told
gotta
them. I
find the
said,
blue hair guy, and everybody shows up.
I said, how funny, because they were leaving this morning. I was like, how funny would it be if you guys photobomb Greg while we have him on? And they
Love
found
being
you.
photobombed. It's great to see you guys. I'll see you tonight, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Not only do I get Pluto, but I get Main Street Magic community coming around.
go.
Like, how great is that, my
Yes.
friend?
There you go. Oh, I love it. Well, man, Greg, thank you. Can't wait to see you tonight. We're gonna have a lot more fun tonight. We appreciate everything you do, and of course, everything you do for Give Kids the World and for us. For anybody from Main Street Magic that's just getting to know Greg, from the Journey series and even things like this. He's the type of dude that'll drop everything to help out anybody he can. So just like today. So we really appreciate you.
I appreciate
checking
you
in
guys.
here.
I appreciate the time. I appreciate coming out tonight. Like, again, I find personal gratification in helping out Give Kids the World. I've gone over the edge before. I've been over there many times. It is it's a personal thing that I really enjoy being around and being able to lend a voice or put an article out or help out in any single way. So doing something that is helping out, I think is, I love it. I love that you guys do this yearly. I love being part of this. I'm grateful that you guys asked me to be part of this, and let's make, it's going to be a success no matter what. You guys have a great community, great people around you guys. I think you guys have done an amazing job of bringing in good people who love you guys and love what you're doing and support you. And yeah, I love it.
Well, thank you, man. We really do appreciate you, and we can't wait to hang out with you. See you tonight. So enjoy the rest of your day. Eat some pretzels. Go get a ham pretzel, and I'll be quizzing you on it tonight to see how it was.
I will absolutely have pictures for you. But I love you
All right,
guys.
brother.
Thank you so much. I'll talk
Love
to you
you.
later.
See you
All right,
tonight.
we'll see you tonight. Oh, Greg is the best.
I know.
He's so much
I
fun, and
love
we
him.
really, I mean, shoot, we.
And his wife, I mean, is
and
amazing.
Holly, yep,
Yes.
their whole
they're-
family's great.
Rory, yep.
We met Greg for the first time at Scott and Michelle Atwood's. Was it their memorial party last year?
No, it was before that
Before that
because it
one.
was
Yeah. So we've only known Greg for
House
about a
of
year
Mouse
now.
and
It
stuff,
may have been,
so,
yeah. We've
yeah.
only known Greg for about a year now, but yeah, he and Holly and their family are just wonderful, and there'll be lots of collaborations between us. And
Real
check out,
genuine too.
yeah, very, yeah.
Mhm.
You got to appreciate somebody who what you see is what you get, and what you see is great, and what you get is great. You know, because
100%.
there could be people that what you see is what you get, and they suck.
Yeah.
So it's nice that Greg is amazing, but yeah. So we're gonna keep going for a little bit. We're gonna have another guest coming on in just a bit. We had some scheduling issues this morning, so still waiting to see all who gets to join us. But I know that we will have the one and only John Self will be joining us a little bit right after noon or so, and so we can always talk some food and stuff with him. But you want to do a couple would you rather's
Sure.
if they're appropriate?
If they're appropriate.
Okay. Would you rather have a magic mirror or a fairy godmother?
I think a fairy godmother, because
Okay.
a magic mirror just shows you things.
Yeah, it doesn't give you
It
what you
doesn't
want.
give
Fairy
you what you
godmother
want.
will give you what you want. That's-
Correct.
okay, I can agree with you there. Would you rather work with Sully at Monsters Inc.? This is kind of a two-parter because it comes down to the character and the place that you're working, or with Judy Hopps at the police department in Zootopia. Which would
I'd
those
probably get
prefer?
shot. So I think Monsters Inc. because now they laugh. It's not scary.
No, that's true. So you'd be getting people to laugh.
yeah.
Yeah, Monsters Inc. would be a pretty cool place. Zootopia would be cool to work in.
It'd be
though, but
amazing, but I'd probably get
I don't think Zootopia is that violent. And I feel like they took out most of it because of the mayor's assistant once they took her down because she had the whole plot. No, we have a Zootopia 2 coming at some point.
That's
So
exactly. What if it gets
um,
violent?
I just
What
think
if
all of a
there's
sudden, yeah,
There's bullets.
there's going to be a bunch of gunfire in Zootopia. All right, let's see if we have some other good ones. Would you rather kiss a frog like Tiana or kiss a princess to wake her up? We'll say kiss a prince to wake him up. Let's say princes
Yeah.
were the ones that go to sleep. So would you rather kiss a frog or would you rather kiss a prince that's sleeping? It's a weird question. Why would you pick the frog?
I would not. I would hope it would be you sleeping and I would pick you.
Sleeping? Yeah. So if I'm in a coma, you're bringing me back.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Let's get one more of these would you rathers and then we can move on to something else fun. Would you rather fly on a magic carpet like Aladdin or ride with Lightning McQueen?
Magic carpet.
You could fall off that thing. It doesn't have
And
seatbelts.
I don't care.
It does not have seatbelts.
Okay. It holds you. It like,
No, it doesn't.
yes, it does. The carpet itself, like,
Folds up around you a little bit. I
Pretty
don't think that's
much.
enough to keep you on there when you're flying
No.
hundreds of feet in the air. You could easily. There's no seatbelts. There's no little grip handles. Like at least they could have one like you have on a sled, where you have to grip on the side.
yeah.
You're just willy nilly flying around, and he'll do like loops. I don't think that's how
Well,
gravity works.
Just like who would not pick carpet?
Yeah,
So
I would not. I would.
Okay.
And I'm not even a Cars fan. Well, here's the thing, and again, this shows how little I know about car. Can you get inside of Lightning McQueen? Can you get inside of the
not
cars?
like Transformers.
No, it's not like Trans because
They
they're
can get inside and then they can transform.
they're human in the sense of
A car? Uh-huh.
yeah. So they did their doors.
I don't
I don't think
remember.
their doors
It's been a
and
long
stuff
time.
open, do they?
We should watch Cars.
Should we? Should we? Yeah, no, we're kind of just hanging out for a little bit. Is there anything you would like to discuss? I know we went over kind of what the challenge looks like. Went over trivia tonight. You had some breakfast this morning that our friends were lovely enough
I
to
did. I
to bring
woke
you.
up and everybody was gone and we had to get ready for live stream. So I went and showered and started getting ready. And my sweet friends that were just photobombed, Steve, Chuck, and Amy went to Olivia's for breakfast and brought back some grits that
Still
we
a
have
little left.
eaten on. And oh my gosh, they are the best thing in the entire
really
world.
are.
Like
They
I don't
really are.
understand how they do it. And this time was a really good batch
Yeah.
because it was fantastic.
They're absolutely outstanding. I was
Yeah.
gonna say you can take your headphones out if it sounds weird.
It doesn't, but I mean, I guess I can
Yeah.
because it doesn't. It sounds almost weird now like this because I can hear myself talking.
Would
Not
you
that.
Oh, now it does sound weird when
Yeah,
you're used to hearing
I
yourself
know.
in your own ear. Would you like a couple Disney jokes, Rhonda? That's something that would
Oh Lord, is it a dad joke?
if by dad you mean awesome, yes. Let's see if you can get any of these answers, okay?
Okay.
Why did Goofy wear two pairs of pants when he played golf?
I don't know.
In case he gets a hole in one. See, I think you're going to enjoy these more than
'Cause
you
they're so stupid.
realize you're going to enjoy these. Let's see. What Disney character can count the highest?
Buzz to
Why?
infinity and beyond.
Nice. Awesome. Where does Ariel go when one of her friends is missing? This is a tough one.
I started saying to the lost and found, but I don't know.
The
What?
Lost and Flounder department.
Oh my God.
All right. What's a bee's favorite Disney movie? Also yours. Beauty and the Bees.
That's Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, but in this, it's
Not
a bee. But
bees.
this is bee. If there's a
Okay.
bee, okay, think about this. If there's a bee world, right? Which there
Mhm.
is. Jerry Seinfeld was in it. He starred in Bee. Was it A Bee's Life?
Or something.
something.
Like that.
He starred in that. So if there's a bee world, then they would have like Zootopia. Remember when they had different names on all the DVDs that they were selling on the corner there?
Oh,
So in a bee world, it would be called Beauty and the Bees. I put
okay.
way too much thought into that one.
Mhm.
What is Tarzan's favorite Christmas carol? Jungle Bells.
Oh dear God.
Come on, that one was good.
No.
Let's see. There's a couple that I really liked here. What is the opposite of Disney?
Sadness.
Datney. Disney and Datney.
Oh dear God.
No, there's people that have that tattooed.
Are you serious
Yeah,
right now?
you tattoo Diz right around here, and then so it's Diz, and then your knee, so it's Disney. That's my next tattoo. I didn't. tell you.
No.
I'm kidding.
No, it's not. You
I'm
already
gonna go to Hart and
have.
Huntington, and I'm gonna get
No.
that.
No, no, no.
Why did the banana go to see Doc McStuffins?
To get a facial peel or
Oh,
something.
no, well, I mean, she's a medical doctor.
Oh.
Yeah, because he wasn't peeling well.
All right. I'm gonna have to.
Okay, let me just get a couple
I'm
more of
not-
these, and we'll move on.
Drink a lot of water.
We'll move on to some- what does Mickey use to browse the web?
A mouse himself? I don't
That would
know.
be good. It's not a full size iPad. He uses an iPad Mini.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Lord
let
of
me
mercy.
I think there was one more that I really liked that I saw before. Let me see if I can get to it because there's a couple good. I printed.
Am I
a couple of
allowed a
these.
bathroom break?
You are allowed. I'll
Okay.
find something to talk about during that time.
Okay.
This one you have to know.
I'll be quick.
What did Donald Duck say when the waitress came?
You
Think about it.
you quack me up.
Well, she's not telling jokes.
Maybe she was.
Just he'll take the check. You just put it on his bill.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, you
Yeah.
find something to talk
No,
about.
that's fine.
It'll
I
be
can
quick.
I can definitely do that. Ron is going to take a quick bathroom break. We are going to welcome John Self here in a few. We did have some guests that had some last minute scheduling conflicts this morning. One of them may still drop in, but if not, that's okay. So rest of our day, just to run through kind of this weekend, I know we started talking about it a little bit, is we're going to do this for a little bit longer. You know, we really appreciate everybody that's been involved. We appreciate everybody tuning in. I know on a Friday is a little tough. This is one of those things too. You know, if you have questions for Rhonda and I, go ahead and throw them in there. And you know, we'll be happy to answer different questions you might have. So you can put that in the comments section and we will answer those questions, but just continuing to try and raise, you know, through this weekend. Hulk would like us to talk about Deadpool thoughts. So he knows Marvel really well. And I would take your thoughts, anytime. I almost did not watch the latest trailer because I want to go in with as many surprises as I can. And already here we are. It's not till July 26th that Deadpool comes out, right? Deadpool and Wolverine comes out.
But it comes out this July 20th.
Yes.
Not
Yeah, it comes out-
2026.
No, it's coming out. It's coming out here July 26th of
Okay.
2024.
Okay.
I don't want to know too much, but I also don't know a lot of the lore of the X-Men. So we have the list that we're going to start with Kaylin, maybe if we can, as soon as next Thursday coming up, is to start watching through all of the X-Men movies, because I know that
Do you know
that's
how
gonna
many
be-
there are?
there's a lot,
And
but-
like, how are we going to do that?
yeah, I mean, again, you know, he's saying beware of future trailers. The trailer was out, and within 5 minutes, I'm trying to go through TikTok, and people are pointing out really cool Easter eggs. But I'm like, oh, I kind of didn't want to know that. You know,
Right.
you want to be surprised when you go back to No Way Home. I mean, everybody knew that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were going to show up. Like, you just knew that, but there was still something about it when you saw it finally within the movie context. And heck, at that point, they even edited out the villains or not the villains, but I should say the extra Spider-Man, Tobey's and Andrew's Spider-Man. They edited them out of the trailers.
Right.
So he's saying watch the Fantastic Four movies. Like, we have a lot to catch up now that
Yeah,
they're
because I
wrapping
just think I
everything into
counted
all
almost
of this.
6 X-Men.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, we have to watch
2,
Logan.
4, 6, 8,
Yeah.
10, 12. That's 12 hours.
Well, we have to watch Logan.
That's
we know
more.
that I know, but I know. And again, Hulk can give us a list of ones to watch.
Oh,
but yeah, so we are excited for that. Kaylin's super excited for Deadpool. So we're going to continue through this for a little bit. And then I told Rhonda, as soon as we're done with the live stream, I want to put on a bathing suit and I want to go hang by the pool and I want to grab lunch. I'm going to grab pizza, I think, and go hang by the pool for a little bit
at the pool
before
bar.
we head to, we'll probably have to go to our
Quiet pool.
Animators or Artist Palette. We'll have to go to Artist Palette, grab pizza, and then walk right to the main pool there.
Oh,
Because we've never visited their main pool here. We've always done the paddock when we've stayed here before.
Oh.
And then we need to check out, there's a pool, a quiet pool that's open 24 hours.
That's what I just said right here.
No, not that one.
Oh.
Right across the street from us that apparently might have a hot tub. And after tonight, that's another thing we're debating. And so I made this list of, I kind of ran through everything about what could potentially happen this weekend and what type of things we could do. Like, for example, today at 2:30 by the pool, they are doing Mickey tie-dye.
I need a new tie-dye shirt.
So why don't we do a tie-dye, right? So we'll have Rhonda do a tie-dye. We're going to head to trivia. Of course, we'll do poolside activities will be going on while we're down there. And then we'll do trivia tonight. That's an extra push to raise more money. And then all day tomorrow. And if anybody has ideas on, we have to watch Elektra with Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah,
Oh man,
see?
there's a lot. See, just DM me the list of what we need to watch.
And in order, please.
Yeah. And if there's any sort of order, but tomorrow during the challenge, if anybody has ideas of things they'd like to see us do throughout the parks, I mean, I'm serious. If we see an extra $1,000 come in between now and maybe tomorrow morning when Disney Springs open, I can do the Aereo file.
That's the name.
Will you go up there with me though? Because I need somebody's hand to hold while I weep. And it might not.
Sure.
I don't know if strangers will like that. If I just grab another grown man's hand and like, look, my wife couldn't come up here. It's they've had that available. I'm shocked that thing still is there and open. I've seen Groupons before for it. That was like buy one get one, which tells you that they're hurting for business if you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so challenge tomorrow. Ron and I'll be running around, and then Sunday morning we are doing the awards breakfast for the teams at Give Kids the World Village, which would be really cool to get over there. And then what do we do from there, Rhonda? We get to relax. So we are going to turn the second half of this into a vacation, right?
Yes, we
and
are.
we'll still be doing stuff, but
Yeah, we're
be
going to be at the
focused.
Polynesian for 2 nights. I do want to eat some noodles
I bet.
and some pot stickers.
we have to work it into the schedule. You know what I want to try and get into? I think we're gonna have to try on Monday is Trader Sam's.
Oh yeah,
And
we
grab
got to
some
get
food
there.
Yeah, so Trader
'Cause
Sam's.
we haven't been there forever.
We'd like to do Monday. It's been a very long time. We've got Cali Grill Sunday night for dinner. We've got 1900 Park Fair for breakfast on Tuesday morning. You know what I was thinking about doing after breakfast on Tuesday? Going and playing a round of mini golf because it's included in our annual passes with the sports option, with the water park and sports option. We can play every day if we want a free round at one of their mini golf courses up until 4 p.m. And we've never taken advantage of that.
Okay.
So I say we do.
Okay.
What do you think?
Sounds pretty good, I guess. We'll see if I'm tired.
Yeah, Jeff said Yak and Yeti fried green beans. Those are delicious there. Didn't we get those last time when we sat at the bar area? We did get the fried green beans. I love those.
Very good.
That sounds good. We're going to be snacking a lot tomorrow with this whole list and everything that I have of snacks and all to do. But how about some questions? Some questions, Rhonda.
Okay.
Let's see if we have some good ones. Oh, let's talk actually about, because this comes into play, I think, yesterday. What's a memorable ride breakdown that we've been a part of, would you say? There's two in particular that stand out to me. And yesterday, because we rode Spaceship Earth.
Spaceship Earth was one of them.
you remember
really
that?
cool. Yeah.
What was that like?
I mean, it was really cool because they were like, you can take pictures of everything. The lights came all on. We had to walk out.
Yeah.
It was weird and, kind of felt like going backstage
Yeah,
and
we
everything,
did.
but it was super cool. It was
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah, that one was neat. We were with your parents
Mhm.
actually, and the girls. So
Yep.
we had the 6 of us, and we were on Spaceship Earth, and it broke down. I want to say it was pretty early on. It might have broke down like right around before we were going to enter Rome burning scene, somewhere
I think
around there.
so.
And we were stuck for a while,
Yeah.
and then they flip all the lights on. And that's what I was so surprised by is they said, of course, we're going to exit you out. They're going to take you through like a cast member door,
Mhm.
and then they're going to walk you down some stairs,
Yep.
that are all backstage. And so we they told us as you're walking, like, just stay within this path, obviously, but you can take all the photos you want, which I was super surprised by. So we have somewhere like selfies with the animatronics from a distance, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And again,
You
that's
can't
where
get
they're
up there
saying
and touch 'em.
walk where you want. And then there was another time where we got stuck on People Mover, and they had to come and walk
Yes,
us out of People
was cool.
Mover. And walk.
I
Now,
just-
that one they specifically said no photos or
Yes, they
videos
did.
allowed,
Yes.
which seems completely opposite to me because on Spaceship Earth is where you're getting all the cool stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know, but I will tell you, I wish on both of those we would have been unfortunately stuck like further up
yeah,
or further in.
yeah, that would have been.
So
If there was one ride that you could get stuck on and have to be like walked out or evacuated, what would you like? Is there a ride specifically you think would be really cool? Like, I think
Space
Rise-
Mountain would be cool.
Space. How are you getting stuck on Space Mountain?
I don't
God, no! Don't put that in my head that that's even a possibility.
I don't know.
I mean, little tip: if you see on My Disney Experience, you're in Magic Kingdom and you see Space Mountain is down, go ride People Mover because it's very possible that the lights are on.
Oh yeah, and that's super
and you have
cool.
to go through the,
Yep.
It's scary. It looks like an erector set. It looks like a kid's play set.
Mhm.
It looks awful. I mean, it looks like Andy built it in his backyard. Like, I don't know if I'm trusting that. I think Pirates would be really cool to be walked off of. Rise,
Yeah.
the Resistance would be super cool. Yeah, I think either of those, but
Are we live streaming the events?
yeah, so
How are we doing this?
what we'll be doing tomorrow is the cool thing right now is I have to look. We're using StreamYard right now, which has the ability to go out to multiple platforms, and it's really good on desktop. Tomorrow I will see if I can go ahead and live stream from StreamYard via my phone so that we can do some different things throughout the day and do some live streams. And, that way we could send them out to not only Facebook, but Twitter and YouTube as well. Because this is also streaming on YouTube. So I think that would be pretty cool to tomorrow. If not, then you would need to be within the Main Street Magic community on Facebook, and we would do live streams there. But stay tuned, and yeah, we'll figure it out, or shoot me a message later, and we can go ahead and figure something out to make sure you catch it.
Yay.
What Disney princess would you most like to spend the day with? If you had one Disney princess, and we're talking about, I would say within their canon, their setting, the setting of them, not like what princess. I guess you could do both. Is there, all right, if you could spend time, you could be best friends with one princess and live in their world for a day, who would it be? And then if there was one princess that you could spend a day with in Disney parks, who would it be? So let's go first with, you could live in their world, you're best friends with them, you're put inside that movie, whether it's animated, live action, whatever it may be. Who would you?
I feel like Merida because that'd
Yeah.
be fun. I love horses. I would love to like shoot. I'm very independent like her.
Mhm.
And I feel like if we needed our time alone, that we'd be cool with it and we wouldn't
You and
like
Merida take
uh-huh,
a break from each other.
uh-huh,
Okay, so you're living in
Or just-
her world in that
period.
sense. You're living in her world. So you
Yeah.
guys are shooting bows and arrows. You're riding horses. You're
Mhm.
seeing magical things in the
I'm
forest.
in Ireland.
Yeah. What princess would you most like to spend the day with? Going through
Rapunzel.
parks? Why?
Because
Rapunzel.
she's been in her house for 16 years.
Mm.
She's gonna be like,
like
what's
that.
that? What's this? What's this?
She gets to get out and see the world.
Yep.
I like that. I would actually, for the parks, I think I would go with Tiana, because then we would explore all the foods. I get her thoughts on food. What?
You love Tiana.
I
It's
do.
just funny.
I do. And in the world of, man, I'd almost go with Tiana.
Huh?
as well.
Okay.
I don't want to do,
wanna see 'em.
Anna's one of my favorite, but that weather's too iffy. And if Elsa
What do you
decides to
mean that
freeze
weather's
everything-
too iffy?
I mean, you're in Norway in general.
She well, love thaws, so they're love now. Like
Yeah, but
It's
if
gonna
Elsa
stay
goes
warm.
off at any time, I don't like being cold. So I don't think I'd pick her for that, but
okay,
let's see what else we got. What Disney couple's your favorite? Talking about princesses and princes and whatever. Who's your favorite Disney
Beauty and the
couple?
Beast.
Is it? What's the
I don't know.
Beast's name? Beast doesn't have a name, does he?
It said somewhere
At one point,
before. I forget it though.
Steve.
No, it's
I
not
feel like it might be
Steve.
Steve.
No, but
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
know how you wouldn't pick Anna and Kristoff.
yeah.
They're outstanding.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, this is actually. Are there any attractions at Disney World you haven't done? I can only think of one, which would be the Orange Side on Mission Space.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the only attraction that we've never done. Interesting.
Yeah, because it's really got G's and
Yeah.
whatever they call them.
Would you do it with your patch and all? Would you give it a try?
I don't know, man.
What amount of money would have to
Oh,
be raised to
God.
get us on
1,000?
1,000? So, but that'd have to be separate from me getting up in the air balloon.
So it'd be $2,000. 2,000. If we raise $2,000, I'll ride the
Mission Space
Orange
Orange, and I'll
and
get in the
then we'll get in
balloon.
the balloon.
An extra 2,000. Okay. All right. There it is. That's two possibilities for tomorrow. Jeff said people say that the beast's name is Adam. That actually does sound familiar.
I think it does.
I think it is Adam, but I don't know. But
Super
I don't think. But it's never said within. I feel like the realm of the movies. I think it might be
Mm-mm.
something that's like out of the
Mhm.
movies that they do that from.
I agree.
What else you got? What else is going on in your world and things that you're looking forward to this weekend and coming up?
Well,
we have some
2
fun
weeks
plans coming
from
up.
today,
Talk about that a little
we
bit.
will be on the Magic. It is the Disney Cruise Line. And yesterday I was like, 2 weeks from today, we will be disembarking and,
Yeah.
going off. So
What are you looking forward to the most with this?
I think
Disney cruise?
everything really. Really just everything. I'm excited for the boat because I've never been on this one. I'm excited for you to do research.
Mhm.
I'm excited to get the facial. I think I'm still trying to, make sure if I should because it's a lot of money. I
Is
think
it?
it's close to 200.
What is that? And what's that? What is
It's supposed
that?
to be.
What's
It's
that
a
include?
facial.
And
It's
then what
supposed
is
to
that? I
also
don't know what
be.
that is.
They do a whole bunch of stuff to your face and like kind of massage too,
Okay.
and like
Wash it or something.
kind of.
How
but,
much can be done to your face?
but also
that
like
would cost upwards of $200.
I was just gonna say like
the
creams
question.
and stuff, and then try to make me look younger with
Okay.
natural stuff. I guess I don't know.
How long is this process normally?
I think an hour or so.
They spend an hour
Or so.
with your face.
Because Amy's gonna do it too.
Okay.
I did my hair last year and it was great to get it done, but it's so hard for me to spend a little over $100 when I can do it myself. I mean, it's done today. And I mean, this I feel like is what it almost looked like when I got it the day of, and this is day 5.
Yeah.
I think my hair is on.
What
So
what else are you really looking forward to for the cruise? I mean, again, anything just specific? Are you excited for food?
oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm
Always food.
very excited for food. We were talking the other day about it being the ice cream open 24/7.
Mhm.
So we want to get ice cream one time at like 1 a.m. or something just for fun. Because that's what the girls said that they would do. So we want to do some of those types of things. But no, I'm looking forward to the cruise. After that, we're going to be staying at Coronado next month for a night. We're taking Kaylin and her boyfriend, which will be cool. Oh, awesome. John will be joining us here in just a little bit. Yeah. So that'll be a lot of fun. We're going to do that. We're going to take them to Typhoon Lagoon.
Mhm.
We've been to Typhoon Lagoon in a year, pretty
Mhm.
much. We're going to do that. And then we're going to do Riverside for Father's Day weekend. We're going to stay at Riverside, which will be a lot of fun. So we were we were talking the other day. We can have this conversation now. This will be a open air. This is what we would do. So originally last year we did Disney with our best friends Rob and Tina Father's Day weekend, just because it worked. It
Yep.
just happened to work. That was the weekend that worked. And we're like, well, maybe there's a lot of fun. And we're like, maybe we'll make that a yearly tradition. So I booked Father's Day for this year, said, guys, if you want to go again, I've got the room. Come on out. They have some other things that are going on that weekend. They're not going to make it. So then I said to Rhonda, well, I want the girls to come with us.
Yep.
But now I'm second guessing that, as bad as it sounds. Like,
Why? Because they need friends. We're at that.
Well, they're not
the
going
stage
to.
we're at.
Yeah, they're not going to enjoy it. It'd have to be a staycation because we're not going to spend the money on park tickets for them because they don't have annual passes anymore. So we're looking at making it a staycation, which I would love, and I think we would love to spend time with the kids, but they're going to hate it. And then I'm like, okay, well then that takes away a potential weekend of just you and I. If you and I just go, then we can do whatever we want, whenever we want, parks, resort, anything. It's our 1 June trip that I know of. Like,
Okay.
what would you like to do that weekend?
Well, it's not my
Father's Day
day.
weekend?
Father's Day, Mother's Day weekend, we are going
Is
to
the
be
cruise.
on the cruise.
Yeah.
So, and without the kids because
Right.
they just didn't want to go. Not because of any other reason, but
Yeah.
anyways, I don't know. That's up to you, babe. It's your Father's Day weekend. So
I'll make a decision.
Yeah.
I didn't even say anything to the girls because I know that they would. Kaylin would say okay, and then Lacey would be like,
can Cassidy
"Can
come?
Cassidy come?" That's our everything. We did what? Why don't you tell them what we're doing for your and Lacey's birthday though? It's not a Disney
No, it's not.
trip, but we're all booked.
Yeah, we are. So, Lacey, it's her 14th, and I don't care about my birthday, so I just care about her. And we're always going somewhere to stay. But we visit my brother at Island Oaks. It's about an hour from us.
Mhm.
It is in Florida still. I mean, golly, you can go from the Keys to
Florida's long.
yeah. So you can you can drive 8 hours and still be in
Yeah, 8
Florida.
to 9 hours. And even, man, if you left, I wonder what the trip would be if you left from Key West
To go all the way over the Panhandle.
all the way to the Panhandle. That's got to be 15, 16 hours, I bet.
I don't know.
Easy.
You could look it up, but
Huh.
the point is that it is about an hour and it's called Island Oaks, and it's very newer and I want to say fancier because there's a whole bunch of
Mhm.
campers there, and you have to, when you make a reservation, you have to submit a picture of your camper.
Yeah.
Because it can't be like
the one we used to own.
Yeah.
You can't have slot. You can't have I don't think you have anything that has canvas. So even some of those, I'm not even sure if the campers that are hard shelled the entire thing around, and then they have like a pull out slider bed that has canvas. I'm not even 100%
yeah,
sure
I don't know. We'll have to
if
look,
they're
but
allowed.
they got these new like cabins
Yeah.
/ homes, and they also blow up and put things in the lake.
Mhm.
So the kids, and there's a pool, and there's just it's a really cool
It's cool there.
place. So we're obviously taking the kids, and they each get to bring a friend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's
That's-
like you said cabin, but it's really a tiny home.
yeah.
I mean, it's a tiny home. It's a single wide tiny home.
Mhm.
And so like the one that we're renting has a lock off 1 bedroom. It has a full bath, and then it actually has a loft area with beds, a living area, full kitchen. It's got a nice little deck, fire pit outside. Like I'm excited for it. We're literally just
I'm
going to
too.
go there and spend 3 nights. And I don't know that we're going to leave the resort, the campground. You know,
Probably
we're gonna hang out at the pool, and yeah, Rhonda said they put these big inflatables in the middle of the lake over there, so that'll be super cool. And yeah, that's what we've got through summer so far. I was thinking how much fun it would be to come spend the 4th potentially here. I think it's on a
We've done it
Thursday
before.
this year. We did it a couple of years ago,
Mhm.
but we didn't see fireworks. We were at Coronado,
Okay.
and we kind of
can
saw
look at
them a
that.
little bit from the pool area there. But yeah, coming down on the 4th might be neat. So
Hope prom
Um,
was great. Kaylin had
yeah.
a really good time.
yeah,
She loved it.
we got a kid going to the prom.
We did.
That's crazy. But she got to go because her boyfriend is a junior, so that
Yes.
worked out
Yep.
very well. Trying to think of what else here before John joins us again. If anybody's got if anybody has some questions they'd like to ask,
Yeah,
feel
ask
free.
away.
I can always look through some of the other fun stuff we have here. I would go to the bathroom, but I don't know what you want to talk about something, Ron, if I go to the bathroom?
Yeah. Of course I can find something to talk about.
All right, well then I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. So
Oh.
this is you. This is the
Oh.
Rhonda. This is the Rhonda
This
show.
is the
for,
Rhonda show.
for how long do I get? Minute and a half. It's
Please,
number one, so it
please
shouldn't
be
take long. I should be okay. It's not. I don't have to be in there. I'm not taking a book or anything with me. I won't even
You
take my phone.
better
I
not.
won't even take my phone.
Okay.
You know, that's. I mean, anybody can be honest. The only reason bathroom breaks take longer than they should is because you're on your phone. Remember a day where you
Yeah.
just had to read shampoo bottles?
Okay. Well,
Or
just
am I the
go.
only one that needs to be
Just go.
entertained while I'm going to the bathroom?
Just go. You
Just me?
probably,
All right,
yeah.
I'll be right
No,
back.
it's
Okay.
all men. It's all people. Not me. Just men, maybe. Yeah. So thank you. Let me see if I can do what Jeremy's doing here. Yeah, look. Oh, give us men fashion tips. Well, I was gonna show. Let's see first. Her hair was fantastic. Thank you. It was. I have the Dyson Airwrap, and that's what my hair is done as well. So I air wrapped her hair, and it was just casual but very, very pretty. So thank you. Fashion tips for men. I I don't have any on that aspect. I guess just for sure ask your wife's or a friend or whatever to make sure that you don't look frumpy. Because there's times where I look at Jeremy and I'm like, no, like you shouldn't wear that, or you should do something else. So let's see. All right, Jeff, what are my favorite ears to wear? Your wife and daughter do not wear them, so we look and leave.
You have a lot of
I
ears now. You've been collecting them.
do, and more now with the way they're made. I feel like they don't squeeze my head, so they seem to like, I guess, fit better, for lack of a better term. So I've gotten more of them, but I also make sure on every bag that I have some sort of where I can take them off and put them on the bag so I don't have to wear them. And then depending on what I'm doing too, sometimes I'm like, yep, don't feel like wearing them. So yeah.
And I will say, like, you know, we love small businesses and support small businesses. And there's a tons of like Etsy shops and stuff that do ears, and a lot of them do amazing ears, but a lot of them will hurt your head. A lot of them are not padded like the way that these are padded, which adds a little bit of comfortability. And then a lot of them are so much tighter. Like I will say, you know, there's a reason that Disney charges what they charge, because theirs are super high quality.
Mhm.
But if you you can find pretty much any type of ears that you want though. So they had some, I'd have to look them up again, that basically they were 3D printed. I saw these on Etsy, and they would like basically clip onto a hat, like a men's hat.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
And those were pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I could see you getting those.
But I
'cause
will
I've
say
never done ears.
Back in the
'cause
day,
they hurt
when-
my head. I would
Yeah.
honestly wear some of the
You
ears.
would?
I would get some and wear some if they didn't hurt my head.
Huh.
Like that new Guardians one
Huh.
with the tape, the cassette tape in the middle and stuff. Like I would wear them on occasion. I wear Spirit jerseys now. In case I got cold, I have my Pop Century
Mhm.
Spirit jersey that, you know, I never used to wear those before.
Yeah, and Jeff, back in the day, I do feel like they squeezed my head, and they have made them a lot better. So yeah, I would definitely try again. And I say more of like the newer ones
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
So
But now I feel like every pair is like Loungefly or something. So then they're that much more expensive at this point,
mhm.
right?
Oh my gosh, those Loungefly ones.
Or
are
what's the
just-
new bags? The Lugs bags.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sure
so.
those are gonna like, that's a new thing now. Loungefly. I mean, I feel like we're not seeing new Loungeflies except for this whole Stitch snack series.
Mhm.
Well, what do we have to pick up tomorrow?
Well, not only do we have to pick up Stitch, but now they started making Angel, and she is one of 9. So there will
Yeah.
be 9 angels and
Throughout the rest of the year.
12 stitches.
So we'll be getting all those.
I don't know what we're going to do with them.
course. Well, there's
One day.
no flower and garden merch is 30% off right now.
Plus your extra 20
plus
if
your
you're
extra 20.
pass holder.
Yeah, but there wasn't really anything there that we loved, right? I mean, I
You
like
like
the
that
pass holder
shirt.
shirt. I
That's
may end
cute.
up picking up that pass holder shirt. We'll see. But food and wine not starting till August 29th this year.
Yeah, what you think about that? How you feel
I'm
about that?
excited. I'm excited to. There's again. Woe is me. Woe is us. Our life is so hard sometimes. There's a pressure to go to Epcot when festivals are going on and not do things that are festival, or do all things that are festival related. Like I feel like if we're going to a festival, or if we're going to Epcot and a festival's happening, we're going to do stuff that's festival related. I don't always want to. Like when we pop into Epcot tomorrow, I have this whole other list of snacks and stuff that's available at Epcot, but it's going to be super hard to go, well, is there anything from Flower and Garden we still need to
Right.
cover or do? So I'm excited to have, diet Epcot, or I'm coming up with a new term for it. Tell me if you like this.
Okay.
Epcot Unplugged.
Oh,
That's pretty good, right?
that's pretty good.
Maybe we can get a shirt design out of that.
Okay.
What would that look like? What would be a cool... I wonder if you could you'd have to have something with Spaceship Earth, and you'd need like a physical plug, like maybe, I don't know, it's just something where it's
Unplug
literally
it?
like unplugged. We have a question from Jeff.
Yeah. I used to be a Dooney and Burke lover, honestly,
Mhm.
and had
After Coach, though, you were first Coach.
I was Coach.
Yeah.
And and that's my whole point to say I basically would prefer Coach. But now I feel like I just don't care as long as it's Disney.
Mhm.
Like I don't care if it's Dooney. I don't care if it's
You like Loungeflies now.
yeah, because that's the purse I used before. Like as long as it's Disney and it's kind of good
But there
quality.
hasn't been like a design anytime recently that you've loved.
Dooney?
You loved the
I
you loved the
loved
50th, but a
the
lot of times you don't love
50th.
the offerings,
Yeah,
right? You don't love
correct.
the sizes of the different
Yep.
bags because some are either
I
they're way too big or they're way too small.
liked the 50th because there was in the whatever was there was a pass holder one.
Yeah.
I also liked, was it the 100th? That was the silver then,
Mhm.
and Stitch was on it, and I was really kind of wanting
Oh.
that, and that went on sale. Like that went pretty. Like I think that was I can't remember how much, 30 or 40,
Mm.
and another 20% off. It still was 100 something that I was like, just no, I'll wait.
Well, maybe that could show up at Cast Connections.
Possibly.
Yeah. What is Cast Connections for folks that maybe don't know?
Well, that is if you are a cast member, you can go and get things that either they have way too much of and they've taken it out of the parks, or they just have way too much of and they've put it there first. So, and then it'll go usually after that. Sometimes I think
Yeah.
to the outlets.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
it does.
Could be at the outlets.
Well, speaking of connections,
Oh,
we are about to
got John.
connect with our friend John Self. You got to put your headphones back
I
in
know,
there,
because I won't be able to hear him.
babe. Make sure we can hear John. There he is.
Hello,
Can you hear me?
sir.
He's got a good
Can you hear
backdrop
John?
there. We can hear John.
Oops.
How
Okay.
are you, buddy?
I'm in an undisclosed location that food bloggers know about.
Oh, I'm like trying to look.
Where
at
is he?
it.
Are you? What park are you in?
I was gonna sit because Greg sat in my office spot that I normally type in, so I couldn't sit there. But I am in the same park. I am in Epcot.
Oh,
Really?
I have no idea where that is.
Now this is a game for me. What are you looking to
That's
accomplish
Brown
at
Derby.
Epcot?
No,
that's
that's Hollywood.
That'd be at Hollywood.
No.
Wow.
This is a place that you need to know food and you need to know quiet places or reasonably quiet places at
Well,
Epcot.
I
During the
apparently don't know either
day,
of those
during the
things.
day, it's very important. This is during the day before
Okay.
3 o'clock.
Oh, you're
Rose
Rose
and Crown.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah,
Yay!
good job. Well, I was trying
Yes.
to picture what is that what game is activities happening behind you? I can't see it well enough.
That's why.
It looks like rugby, but I can't tell because
Okay.
I have
That's
a
why I
huge
said
glare
Brown
also
Derby.
that you can see on
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
see from there. Yeah.
All right.
Rose and Crown's indoor and outdoor area is not used until 4 o'clock each
Yeah.
day for dinner, but the pub opens Well, that's a complicated story that requires an entire blog of itself. I went over yesterday, but let's just say the pub itself opens much earlier.
Yes, usually at 10:30 sometimes.
I got an
if they're
official,
ready.
unofficial answer from the cast members yesterday. That was my
Okay.
project yesterday. I was going to every place that's not technically listed properly by Disney in
Yeah.
Epcot that has a lounge or a place like that, and I was confirming the times. And in all cases, the times and some of the items weren't correct. But I know you're not shocked by that.
I know. We're definitely finding that more and more. That's why you do what you do there. So what's your day look like? We were just talking to Greg about kind of the way that his day goes in general. Like today's World Pretzel Day or National Pretzel Day. Got the Pepsi sponsorship there.
I smuggled in Pepsi there. I'm sorry. That's bad. I was sponsored by Coke in the old days. What does my normal day look like? Well,
Yeah, like what's a day like? What's a day like today or yesterday when
Yes, I can tell you
something
what
like
yesterday
World
looked
Pretzel
like.
Day is happening?
Yeah, yesterday the original plan was to go to Hollywood Studios. So I was going to Hollywood Studios and check out some of the breakfast things because you can only try breakfast items during breakfast time for obvious reasons. So there's a smaller window. But then as I got there, then it was, hey, there's something happening at Epcot, which ended up not happening, by the way. So be proud of me. I walked from Hollywood Studios to Epcot
Ooh,
because I don't
Very
like
good.
dealing with the Skyliner thing in the morning. So I walked around, walked in, and then checked on that one thing that wasn't really happening. Of course, Living with the Land has kind of upgraded their lighting package a little
Yeah.
bit. It's not as
Ooh.
spectacular as it's being built up to be, but it is obviously different. Okay, so just to be clear, and I
Okay.
appreciate that they continue to work on Living with the Land, which shows us
Yeah.
that attraction is going nowhere.
I'm
It's
cool
kinda-
with that.
It's kind of like in other places where we're thinking attractions are going to go away, but suddenly there's new merchandise for that attraction. So
Yeah.
those things don't happen. Then I needed to confirm prices for the popcorn stands in the area formerly known as Future World in
Mhm.
Epcot.
I would like them to bring back the sour cream. Can you work on that?
Yeah.
You want the sour cream for which thing?
the
in
Epcot
Epcot.
popcorn they used to have over near the Imagination
You mean the
Pavilion. They had
sour cream flavored?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
Let me say this with all due respect. I love you, Rhonda, but I don't think Disney loves you regarding this. Okay, I'm
No,
sorry.
they
I
do
don't
not.
think that's happening anytime soon. I'm
She's
sorry.
been pushing it for 5 years. Nothing.
I
Yeah.
love that. I would keep it.
I brought our
And-
popcorn bucket. I brought our annual pass holder popcorn bucket.
Well, let's get some popcorn,
We have
but
to
not
get
the
some-
sour cream
no,
one.
We're not getting.
You have to get
we
some
don't
pop.
have to.
Well, that's where you get the maple popcorn, but that's
Yes.
a different conversation.
Yeah.
So then I finished all of that. Double checked some pricing stuff at Connections Eatery. I keep doing that. I'm sorry. If you get confused calling Connections Cafe and Connections Eatery, the supposedly professional food blogger does the same thing. So it's okay.
Because cafe is Starbucks portion, eatery is
Yes, Eatery
food
is the
side,
quick service.
technically.
Yes,
Yep.
so you can go from there. Then I left that area. Then I did a quick tour to double check that La Hacienda de San Angel is still open for people to go into before they serve dinner that evening, which it is,
okay.
just like Rose and Crown is.
Yep.
Those are the two places on both sides of World Showcase that you can go take your festival food and go hide for a little while.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's this weird thing called air conditioning, which might be useful, I hear, in the future. So you might need that kind of stuff. So then I continued around and I did double check Italy because there was discrepancy on some of the prices in Italy. Took an obligatory photo of Pizza Al Taglio
Of course.
to send out, of course. Then I needed to confirm when I needed new photos of the funnel cake stand, confirm the price of when the Regal Eagle Smokehouse outdoor bar opens, which is different than when Regal Eagle opens, by the
Yep.
way. And then go to Garden House, which is in Japan, when it officially opens. And so I had to wait for all those because some things the cast members can't tell you directly because they know they're telling you something that's the opposite of what Disney says.
Right.
And so you have to wait. You have to wait not to get them in trouble and go, hey, what time did you open today? And often they will look very guilty because maybe they were late for their job. But after you get past that part, then you get the answer. And so
Yeah.
I spent a lot of the day yesterday doing that. Then there was some time Disney Springs kind of doing the same kind of cross-checking. And so I spent about 2 hours. I spent from like 4 to 6 at Disney Springs cross-checking some prices and
Just double checking everything.
yeah, double checking everything and some things that were different because no criticism of really quality sites that I have formerly worked for. But when they tell you there's a new price out or a new change on the menu, all they're doing is scraping Disney's website.
Right.
And in some cases, I go to cross-check on the mainstreetfoodie.com database that we're creating. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I changed that 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And like, for instance, especially with certain restaurants and certain companies, like in Italy, one more thing to complain about poor Italy about food. I'm sorry about this.
No, don't be sorry.
But I noticed at Tutto Italia and Via Napoli, the menus, there's a certain item on both menus that are different on the official website than on Disney's website. And they've been different for 3 months because I ordered them 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And so they're still different. It's like
Yeah.
my famous story about the okra fries at Homecoming, that it took them 9 months to finally change on their main menu, and they'd been gone that long.
Well, I was
So-
going to say,
Wow.
what difference do you see between the third-party owned restaurants compared to the Disney owned? As far as is it just discrepancies across the board, or is there major differences between? And how does a third party, you know, if a third party restaurant all of a sudden changes everything, yeah, what does that look like on Disney's side? Because I
Is
always
it-
get confused because, you know, now I just know to text you and ask you, but in the
Which
past,
he
you know,
does, by the way.
yeah, well, but you can go to some of these. You can go, all right, I want to look up, for example, Haleo, right? We went yesterday.
Mhm.
Say, I want to look up the menu for Haleo, and you Google Haleo Disney Springs, and then it brings up not only the actual site that is for Haleo, that is you know, run by the Jose Andres and that whole company and everything, and then you have the Disney's portion. So it's like, all right, which
don't
one do
forget
I
about
go
the-
to?
The Disney Springs one, which
Yes,
is
and then the
also
Disney
slightly
Spring one.
different.
They've got
Yes.
3. Yeah, they
Yeah.
often have 3. So like if you are planning your vacation and you're all right, let's talk about Disney Springs then, because they have, you know, 3 websites and menus for all of those. What is somebody's best bet if they're looking at doing some planning, whether it's hours, whether it's menu items? I mean, obviously it's going to be going to mainstreetfoodie.com once everything officially launches, but like what dining tips do you have for that for people that are planning ahead?
As a general rule, it's better to go to the third-party site, but I have noticed, especially in the last month, because that was my go-to,
Yeah.
that third-party sites, because it's on Disney property, are not updating either.
Oh, okay.
So that's not as easy as it used to be. Not as simple as, hey, I'll just go check Patina Group, because Patina Group has a huge partnership with Walt Disney
Yep.
World. The Patina Group restaurant's website, and it won't be right either.
Yeah.
And so I don't have a great answer to that one, but the general rule is you're going to get more correct answers from the third-party website than you
Gotcha.
are. But
Okay.
like my frustration, I think I texted you when I was there. I went to Topolino's for dinner
Mhm.
one night, and there was a new menu item. Can't remember what it was. It's a short rib pasta with a handkerchief pasta around it, appetizer. I can't remember what it's called. I apologize, everyone. But I didn't see that on the online menu, and this is Disney owned.
Yeah.
And the server said, yeah, it's been on the menu for a month. And I said, because then they realized who I was, I said, yeah, we can't get Disney to fix this. It takes a month. If it takes a month for Topolino's, how long does it take for Cosmic
Wow.
Rays?
Right.
How long
Oh,
does
yeah.
it take? And so that's not a criticism of Walt Disney World per se. It's just a problem as you try to plan your Disney vacation, because they're trying to coordinate over 200 restaurants.
Yeah.
And if you count stands and carts that they don't even list on their website, which I've spent a lot of time working on this morning already, you've got up to maybe 300 food locations.
Wow.
They've got to keep track of all of that. And we all know that they do a lot of third-party stuff, just like Universal does, just like
Mhm.
SeaWorld does, just like Knott's Berry Farm does out in California. It's just hard for them to keep up with it. And so a lot of things slip through the cracks. But when you're letting things slip through the crack at Topolino's, California Grill, Steakhouse 71, which
Yeah.
is a recurring thing I found just this week alone. It means there needs to be another resource, which of course is why I've committed so much time to Main Street Foodie. But everyone
Yeah.
who's listening to your podcast knows that.
Yes, they do. What's the latest in food or things that people have to look forward to, or is there any topics that are things that are happening right now in the food world as far as Disney goes?
Okay, this is where I say, because I only listened to part of it because I was working. The food blogger, it hurt the food blogger's heart listening to you and Greg talk about National Pretzel Day, by the way. I
Yeah.
just want to let you know that. For those of you, if you're on site at the moment, After 3 o'clock today, you should be able to get a free pretzel at Wetzel's Pretzels at Disney Springs.
Okay.
And
Ooh.
if you're a reward member at CityWorks, you should be able to get $5 off this pretzel appetizer at CityWorks. Those are two that come off the top of my head
Nice.
right at this moment.
Okay.
If you're at Universal, you should be able to, I don't know, maybe you can do the Auntie Anne's. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Their third-party system's a little different, so I apologize for that. Right now, we're all just waiting to see if a stand and if an official food stand goes in for Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah.
Because it looks like there might be space for it, but we can't tell.
Okay.
And wouldn't it be great if we got real beignets instead of
Yes.
croissants? We got something that was kind of, not that the ones in Port Orleans Riverside are the best beignets in the world,
they're so
but they're
better.
good
They're
and
good.
they're beignets.
Yes.
They're not disguised croissants.
Yep.
Correct.
Tasty croissants, but cinnamon covered tasty croissants. If you don't know this conversation, when I always get it wrong, Golden Oak.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Golden Oak Outpost.
Yep.
Thank you, Golden Oak Outpost, where they used to. Sorry, I'm still bitter because there's not French fries there. Golden Oak Outpost. They had Tiana's beignets for 2 months until 1900 Park Fair opened, so they could promote the bread pudding at 1900 Park Fair. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, good call there, Fanatics Blog. Yeah, cronuts, but not beignets. So that's kind of a big
good,
issue.
but yeah,
They're good. I mean, they're good, but I want beignets, and so
Yeah.
that's kind of the
Yes.
struggle.
And Disney knows how to do it. So just
They
do
know
it.
how to do them.
Right.
But this is the great conversation. Now we're going to sidetrack into a real answer to Jeremy's question. The foodies, those of us who are just covering food now, which I am almost exclusively food. I'm probably spending 4% of my time on anything besides food in the theme park world. We're waiting on Blue Ribbon Corn Dog stand to finally open in the boardwalk,
that's what I was going to
and
ask.
Gwendolyn Rogers cake bake shop to finally open.
How's it looking over there as far as the cake bake shop goes?
Okay, shameless plug. You can go to Pastor John Self on Twitter. I bet you can see all these photos. But
All right.
the Blue Ribbon, they're a lot closer, but I would say they've got another couple of weeks until they're probably open.
Okay.
Cake bake. Well, if it happens this summer, that'll be awesome.
Is that what they're still
Wow.
trying to say is summer?
They on their official website, on Gwendolyn Rogers Cake Bake Shop's official website, they still have their September blog up from last year of we hope to open early in 2024 when they changed it from opening in the spring.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We'll see.
no.
Rhonda, you can do the pickle corn dog once Blue Ribbon opens up.
Absolutely.
Gross.
Sounds
Okay,
amazing. I'll
yeah, I was
Go with
kind
John.
of
Greg
hoping,
and I'll go.
Yeah.
yeah,
you
you
and,
and Greg can go, and I can do that thing where I say, "What's the horrible thing you don't like that I'll go eat?"
Yep.
'Cause I'm not the person who should be reviewing the pickled corn dog.
No. Yeah. You and me both. We'll go find something else.
Greg and
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah, and you and Greg, I'm sure will do a fine job, and I will take
Yeah.
notes and give
Mhm.
Greg credit.
There you go. All right. So if you had to get a pretzel today on Disney World property for National Pretzel Day, what pretzel are you getting?
Oh, I'm going to the Kringla Bakery for that pretzel.
How is that?
Norwegian
Oh yeah,
covered-
we
I
need
know.
to try
covered
that.
thing. Because it's a
Let me make sure
pretzel.
that's
Yes,
online.
and it is a pretzel, but it's also the trick of, you know how you have, it's the principle when you're, as I've returned to being a single guy, when you're a single guy and you just have average food, all of a sudden you cover it with chili and cheese and bacon and it all tastes better. This is the same principle except with sugar and fruit.
I could
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
Amy to bring one. She's right now
they're
over
there,
there.
too.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe have her bring one back, and then we can knock it off our list already today.
Yeah, that's
But
that's on
funny,
my
that's one
agenda
to
for
go
later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have to head to Jock Lindsay's, but that's unfair because they just fill their pretzel with meats and
Yeah, they
cheeses,
just cover
so-
it with a whole bunch of stuff. But
Yeah.
sorry, maybe you're unaware. You weren't planning on going to Jock Lindsay's for happy hour, were you?
No,
Good, because they
No.
don't have it anymore.
really.
No more happy hour.
Oh my gosh, why?
That's been gone for a while. I don't
Oh.
know. I do know we did. I was as the handle on this video should give you a clue. Not that I'm opposed to drinking. Okay, I've been to church events where we drank, but I make a really good designated driver. I've been on a couple of happy hour tours with YouTubers, so we have had every single happy hour in Disney Springs, which will take you a while, by the way.
Oh, I
Um,
bet there's some good
especially
ones
'cause
there.
A lot of them have added food, so you got to have all the food too, which of course was so hard for me.
Yeah.
But Jock Lindsay's is not on the list anymore.
Oh, that's a shame. So
Oh.
what is a good happy hour? Just say food wise at going on at Disney Springs right now?
Food wise is still the winners are STK and Haleo.
Okay. Haleo. Yeah.
And both of them have happy hour or sangria hour on the
Yeah.
weekends also, not just during the week.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for the best bang for your buck beverage wise, it's at Stargazers.
Yes. So we're playing at Hollywood.
Yep.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and I counted all the tables at Planet Hollywood because that's information you need to know when you're making reservations and why it's hard to get certain tables at certain restaurants.
Yeah.
Because, one of the people I've partnered with that I hear you partner with, I believe it's Mouse Dining. I believe they make it easy to
I've heard of them.
hard to get dining reservations.
Yes.
When you have the data from their searching and the data of how the tables are and how they book them and how they staff their service, which I've been working on for months and months and months. I don't have all of it because you can't get all of it, but I counted all the tables at Planet Hollywood and I'm like, oh, this makes more sense. Or like at Via Napoli where they have, 89 two-tops and they just combine them all.
Yeah.
That's the reason they maneuver stuff. Or, these are things you have to kind of know when you're planning. Well, why can't I get my group of 5 at this restaurant? Well, that's because they only have 2 6-tops in the whole restaurant and they don't like to combine tables.
Yeah.
So they tend not to do that. But yeah, Stargazers is probably, if you're looking for the beverage, Stargazers is probably your best way to go. I tend to go to STK and
we used to do that.
And Frontera. They have now Monday through Thursday appetizer 30% off 2 to 6.
That's one we need to head back to.
So-
Our last experience there wasn't the best, so it's one we've just marked off our list for
Frontera.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
for several years.
Well, I know I did a review for some site that's deliciously important nationally, and it wasn't glowing, but it had to do with the fact that the building layout and the bathrooms were messy.
Yes.
And the service was awkward.
Yep.
The food wasn't Rick Bayless quality, but it was close.
Right. And that
But
was our
it was-
experience.
The problem was it just didn't measure up to what I was looking for.
Right. Yeah.
So
So what is not John the food blogger, but just John the guy who wants to go eat, where if work is not happening, you don't have to worry about covering something for your daily, job and blogging and all. Like, what are your favorite restaurants just to eat at on your own? And they might not, maybe it's not a Topolino's, which everybody else, loves, but just something you just love to go have, like almost your guilty pleasure.
okay. This is kind of one of those standard food blogger podcast questions. So I have several answers to this. Let me go with this. If I'm staying on Disney property, I really like going to Topolino's.
Mhm.
I am one of those people. There is tangible evidence if you look online that I love going to Homecoming, but I believe you can follow my social media and be aware of that. Be aware of that. Yeah, for one side, I ranked it when you figured in value, price, experience, and what was another factor? I can't remember what it was. Homecoming came out as the top table service restaurant on property.
Really?
Now, granted, you know how that is when you figure in different categories.
Yeah.
Like if obviously Victoria and Albert's is the best place.
Right.
Okay, that's not up for discussion.
Right.
But when you figure in value and price and all these other things, I tend to find myself at Everglazed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Often for the burger, because the burger combo is $19 with fries and a drink.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't
Uh-huh.
had that.
Oh yeah, that you need to have that. So you need.
Is it
to
on one of their
imagine-
donuts, or is it on their like kind of
That's-
almost sweet
that's
roll
regular.
thing that they do breakfast with?
It's kind of closer to the sweet roll.
Okay. All right.
But visualize, because they are the same company, visualize Chef Art Smith making you a fast food burger.
Mm.
So it'll be bad for you. And
I
they
didn't
don't
realize they're the
pretend
same
about
company.
that. Oh, yeah. Splitsville, Homecoming, and Everglades are part of Millennial Restaurants.
Yeah, I knew Splitsville. I didn't know that Everglazed was.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Everglades says, well, you should have had that clue if you'd seen the Homecoming menu, because they now serve
Yeah.
Everglades donuts.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so but I tend to be there a lot. Obviously, over at Universal, we're well aware that I'm at Thunder Falls Terrace a lot.
I love it there.
I'm at the Palm a lot, which is arguably value-wise. Once you figure in value, arguably the better steak option in the area at theme parks.
Yeah.
When you figure in value, I mean, Shula's is obviously at theme parks the best steak, but when you figure in value, the Palm is better, and Palm still has a happy hour also, so that's important.
Oh, okay. We never did make it there.
Yeah.
the palm.
Yeah.
The guilty pleasure for me is probably Chewy's, not Chevy's. Many people get that confused. Chewy's, which is an Austin-based Tex-Mex restaurant.
Yeah, we love it
I,
there.
I tend to go there for the creamy jalapeno sauce, and so
Ooh,
that tends to be my guilty pleasure. The one here in Kissimmee and the one on iDrive, they bring the jalapeno sauce out with the chips, so you don't have to ask anymore. You used to have to ask.
we used to ask if ours has that. We have the Chewy's up at the town center that we'll go to. Yeah,
It's
been a hot minute.
that's been
Anytime you ask for creamy jalapeno sauce, they will bring it out to you.
okay. We'll have to.
So you
We'll have to
shouldn't
try
have a
that.
problem with that. Yeah, I've done
Yeah.
enough off-site dining stuff lately that's still kind of my guilty pleasure. It's not. I mean, don't misunderstand me. It's not going to blow you away. It's not going to be. But I'm happy and things work well.
Yeah.
Tex-Mex food got me through seminary the first time. So
Oh,
when I was in Fort Worth with my first seminary degree, so I survived. I think that's really the only things that jump out at me because I really have, because of what I do now, eating at least a theme park meal a day.
Yeah.
I've eliminated all, not intentionally, but pretty much. I can't tell you the last time I went to a fast food property offsite.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I mean, if that's pretty much all you're doing, I would think when you're not eating for work, I would think you'd almost just be like, you know what, I'll just take whatever. Like I don't even want to go to a place like.
Well, when I was still based in Illinois, it would always be when I was there taking breaks from work. It would always be, here's the rice cooker, here's something boring meat in the crock pot, here's some beans, and that's what I would eat every day. But it's ironic because as a tennis professional teaching and playing, I would have McDonald's on the sleeve and Coke on the sleeve, so I could walk into McDonald's and get whatever I want whenever I wanted it. And so it's a weird change to not be eating that. Of course,
That's too funny.
I now weigh the most I've ever weighed, but I'm not, burning 15 billion calories a day either.
Yeah, but I'd say you're still probably burning a good amount walking through theme park. I mean, how many on average are you hitting all 4 parks a day?
I once a week I check the menus at every quick service restaurant in the 4 parks. That takes about 5.5, 6 hours.
That's next year's challenge. We're not doing a ride challenge. It's going to be check every quick service menu, and let's see if anybody can beat John Self, and that's how we'll raise money.
Well, I've been working on it for a while. Good luck with that, by the way. And you got to get the data right because.
What did it first take? How long did it first take you? Compared, like how much time have you shaved off, knowing now that you have a routine of, all right, here's how it goes, just boom, 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 boom.
That's funny.
It took a good full 2 days.
That's it.
Because Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom are so far apart.
Yeah.
Now we're not counting Disney Springs. We're not counting the resort quick services.
Right. Oh, geez.
I can't do those weekly.
Right.
I do Disney Springs weekly.
Yeah.
But I can't hit every single resort weekly. Disney has made it easier because. Sorry, I'm about to say something negative. I think as our friend Greg likes to say, I think he probably said it. We're selling the dream of Walt Disney World, and we all love it. That's why we're here.
Yep.
We love the theme parks. We love the experience. We're selling the dream. In my attempt to sell the dream, I'm going to discourage you from eating the same quick service item at the values, and we'll call them Value Plus, Art of Animation, and Pop Century. It's the same food now. It used to be those quick service restaurants, those quick service operations were better, and it's not. And I, just for the record, because I have many character flaws, but this is not one of them. Hey, Jeremy.
Yep.
I talked about you with Rhonda the other day, and the pizza at Pop Century is not good. I'm sorry.
Well, I haven't had it there in a long time because remember the last time I did have it, I hated it. Remember we got it. We had Liz with us when we did Halloween. We did Mickey's Not So Scary, and it was when they were doing. I don't know if they still do the family one where they give you like a whole pizza and some breadsticks and whatever. And that was the last time we actually had it there, and it was awful. What I do miss is when they were doing their artisan pizzas for that very short.
Okay. You mean for that short amount of time where they had specialty items that were different at their food service?
Yep. Same, but like Landscape of Flavors was one of our favorite quick service spots, and now they don't do anything different. You're getting the same stuff you're getting everywhere else.
I'm being Debbie Downer or Gloomy John or whatever you want to be right now. I know I did a review because I do a lot of vegan, a lot of gluten-free reviews because that's become a bigger, more important issue. We have plenty of people in this group alone who dine that way. Yeah. The Korean Impossible Burger, which is the standard go-to easy thing, they've had it at the All-Stars for a while. It's now the same thing at Pop, the same thing at Automation, and it's the same thing at Centertown Market at Caribbean Beach. I haven't been able to check at Coronado, but I'm just going to give you a hint. It's not good.
Yeah.
I would suggest something else. And I know as a vegan, it's awful to, you just have to have a salad. But if I were at those food courts and I'm doing, because usually I'll take a day and I just review vegan items for the day, or I make sure I get the data. I've walked into food courts and be like, I'm just going to get a salad today because that's all I can get.
Yeah.
Because the other stuff I know is not good.
Yeah.
And
We're excited to do. I mean, speaking of food courts, I'm excited for Captain Cook's and actually staying at Poly here in a few days. Of again going and getting something that at least is a little bit different. What do you recommend over at Cap? If we're going to be in the monorail loop area there for a couple nights, what some recommendations you have that we try and check out, whether it's quick service or snack type items?
Yeah, the standard go-to at Captain Cook's is the pulled pork nachos. I think that's what they still call them. I would avoid what I reviewed, whatever it was, their spicy Korean chicken bowl. It's got the gochujang sauce.
Okay.
I always say that wrong. It wasn't good. And I was really disappointed because both Universal and Disney have been using that sauce less, and I really like it, and it wasn't good. Pretty much anything with the pulled pork at Captain Cook's is safer because we're not trying to compare this to table service. We're just trying to have a decent quick service.
Yeah.
I'm excited for noodles and pot
stickers at Tambu, of course.
Yeah, and I need to get over there because I have to double check because they keep changing what you can order off the main menu there, off the Ohana menu.
Yeah.
Sorry, for those of you unaware, there's the bar outside of Ohana where you can order items off the Ohana menu, but they keep changing what you can order.
Well, you should come and hang out with us.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna find out.
I may need to. At Gasparilla Island Grill, I've heard nothing but good things about the Cuban sandwich.
Ooh, that's up your alley.
Yeah, I love Cubans.
You love a Cuban sandwich.
And remember, even our friends, Chuck and Amy, didn't she have the gluten-free?
Yeah.
Yeah, she thought it was really good. So those would be the things that would jump out at me right now. Jeremy needs to have the non-plant-based Loco Moco at Kona Cafe.
It's back.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Loco Moco.
It came back a couple weeks ago. I haven't been over there to try it yet.
Can you do a like, I know some of the spots, I mean, I'm thinking of just like Three Bridges, which of course is a little bit different because they don't take reservations. Can you do a mobile to go order at like a Kona Cafe? Could I just get Loco Moco mobile, pick it up, and then take it back to the room? Or could I even walk to the front potentially, do you know, and just ask if I can get it to go?
Here's the smart aleck answer. Yes, but no.
Okay.
Are you staying at the Polynesian?
Yes.
Then yes, you can.
Oh, cool. Okay.
If,
And I want Loco
if you're
Moco in
not-
the morning.
If you're not
Add it to
officially,
my
you cannot. This
schedule.
is a new trend about mobile ordering. They're trying to limit the people coming to certain hotels,
Yeah.
and they're in the process of enforcing it. Where you used to
Yeah.
be able to say, "Hey, I got a mobile order I'm picking up at Captain Cook's."
Yep.
And they're like, nope.
You'd park there, cancel the mobile order, and then walk to Magic Kingdom.
Hey, now I will say we have used this trick, but
we bought
we
it.
went through with it. We've done when we were been driving because we wanted to go hang at Bar Riva. We've done mobile order. What we did the last time is we mobile ordered 4 or 5 desserts.
Yeah. And
Okay.
we got them.
And then we went and actually got the dessert, so we were able to park because we said we're picking up a mobile order. We parked, we got the desserts, and then we took them down to our cast member friends and gave them all out
Right.
at Bar Riva. But then we sat there for a little bit and then left. But yeah, and I
Well,
know I mean, they're cracking down so hard
Right.
over it, like Poly and Grand Flow just in general. I mean, you can almost. I've heard people having issues getting on property who are staying there. Like,
Well,
so
I can tell you when I went to 1900 Park Fair, not a hosted event, 1900 Park Fair on the weekend, they were really tight at the Grand Flow about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, guys. I'm not that big a deal, but you at least, there's enough people here who know what I'm here for.
Mhm.
And, it was like, you need to be gone in 2.5 hours or however long the parking pass was, and we're going to come by and check.
wow.
And so
Wow.
I was like, okay, whatever, guys. I mean, I don't care how I live here now. I don't care,
Yeah.
and I do this for a living. But it was like, what are you going to do for the average guest that's coming to 19 Park Fair on the first weekend?
Yep. Yeah.
So that was just my concern. Just those things you got to watch for is when we're visualizing the magic of Walt Disney World, we expect every single thing to be perfect. Well, we live in the real world, and not everything's going to be perfect. And so you've got to kind of watch that. So don't overpromise yourself that it's going to be perfect and wonderful. because it'll be good enough.
It will. It will.
So.
No, I think that's a great way to almost end off, because we're going to close off our wonderful little live stream here. All of this, of course, and John, thank you for
Oh, you're
joining.
welcome.
And all of this for Give Kids the World in the Village. You can go to mainstreet16.com. You can go ahead and still donate there and all. Will we see you tonight? I forget. Are
Yeah,
you
just
getting
gonna
a chance
say.
to make it to trivia?
No, I have 3 different places I
Okay.
have to be tonight. Sorry,
All right.
this is kind of like
There's
last
only
year.
one
Where
of you though, John. How are you going to be
I-
at 3 places at once?
I am aware of that. Hopefully, Greg is still listening, because he gets this when you're like, how am I supposed to cover things at 3 places all at the same time?
Yeah.
And you know, when you're trying to be fiscally responsible, that can be tough. But that was like last year for this event. You know, there was 2 events that happened, and then I had
That's
was
right.
the opening week of Mardi Gras at Universal, and then the 7 Seas media event at SeaWorld. As a
Yeah.
foodie, I had to be at both of those, so I
Yeah.
had no choice.
Yeah.
So
Well, we appreciate everything you do in the food world, because you are definitely our go-to source. And
So we'll see you Saturday though.
Yeah,
Wait,
we'll see you
tomorrow.
around. Oh God, that is tomorrow already. I'm gonna be
That is
so lost
tomorrow.
with days. So tomorrow we'll be running around. We'll be running around parks.
So will I. I have some media responsibilities tomorrow, and then
Okay.
I'm going to dine at Be Our Guest, which wasn't my choice.
I'm interested. I had that pop up for, speaking of our Father's Day weekend. There were lots of Be Our Guest reservations for all meals, and
Yes.
we have not been there. And I mean, shoot, we haven't been there since they
Yeah, it's
turned
been-
it into even prefix lunch and all.
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't been there since before COVID. I had the
Okay.
quick service version.
Well, we're excited to hear what you think of it, because maybe that's something that we change up. If John recommends, we go.
Mhm.
After this,
Wow.
we'll go Father's
No-
Day weekend.
No
all
pressure.
the pressure's
All
on
the
you.
pressure.
All
If
of it.
only it worked this way when I stood behind the pulpit. Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just do
Everybody
exactly what I
listens to
said.
you now.
Everybody listens to me now instead
Yep.
of falling asleep during my sermon.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, there's a reason why Walt Disney World is wonderful, and the dining here, there's things you just can't even get. But
Yeah.
the issue is, there's also options if you haven't done some research and consulted blogs and resources, and obviously what Main Street Foodie is putting together, because the owner and creator of Main Street Foodie wants it to be really, really user friendly and
Yeah.
precise. And if I could show you the messages that I'm looking at, I'm going to get in trouble for this. The messages I'm looking at between owner and developer, and I'm just the person who said, hey, I added this pretzel stand today. I hope you're doing well,
Yeah.
to the database. I'm just that person. Wants it to be just perfect, because it can be frustrating trying to figure out, do I get a discount? Do I not get a discount?
Yep.
What discount do I get? Did the cast member tell me the right discount? Because that's something I'm tracking down at the moment. If you're a DVC person or Disney Visa and annual pass holder, sometimes those discounts are different.
Yeah.
And the
Yep.
cast members don't know that, because they're just used to the standard 10 or the standard 20.
Right.
They're different, and some of them are higher. It depends on which one you give them.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to track that down, because that data it's lost in the Disney
IT world.
universe somewhere. Oh,
Mhm.
and trying to get that information is so hard. And
Mhm.
I'm struggling with it more than I can even describe. I mean, I'd rather explain to you, which I'm very good at, the problem of good and evil in the world, than to try to find this information. Okay. That's how
That's pretty funny that's the easier
Yes.
thing
Yeah.
to do.
I would much rather cover theodicy and all those things from I wrote a project, because I still write in the faith-based world. I wrote a project a couple months ago about explaining the issue of good and evil from an Asian culture perspective.
Yeah.
I would rather write that again than find this information. So my point is, if you're frustrated trying to figure out where you get a discount and how you do it and how you book the reservation, and why can't my group of 5 get a reservation? By the way, if you have a group of 5, book a reservation at BOMA. They do a lot of tables of seatings of 5, not
Interesting.
6, 5. If you've been there and you walked in and seen the tables, this will make sense.
Yeah,
They have those
Yeah.
different shaped tables.
that's right. They do.
They
No,
do-
that does make
They
sense.
do a lot.
Okay.
They do a lot of 5s.
Yeah,
5 is tricky because you can't sit at a 4 top.
right.
So if they
Interesting.
don't have,
They won't add a chair.
No, because of the walkways.
Yeah, you have to be able to
Safety.
get through with all your food.
Yeah.
Or if
So
there's a fire.
I don't know where I went with that one, but those kind of things is you got to have enough data to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And my problem is I could pull up on my computer right now and look at the data, and I'm like, okay, I can't even tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Like, how do
Wow.
you book Cinderella's Royal Table for a Saturday during Christmas week? Well, God help you, please sign up for mousedining.com and
Mhm.
you will have your best shot. But it's tricky to tell you, should you book a 4? Should you book a 3? Because those are, I cannot tell you how I know this, but they book them differently for Cinderella's Royal Table.
Okay.
You would think a 3 and a 4 would get booked the same way. They're not.
Interesting.
So this is the kind of data I'm trying to get together that I don't think I'm ever going to get together. That's why the puzzle is really difficult.
Yeah.
Whereas plus I'm sitting here at Rose and Crown, and I know from counting the tables in Rose and Crown that they use a whole bunch of 2 tops. So it's very simple just to move stuff around. The trick at Rose and Crown is you don't want to get set outside because they'll sit you at some of the outside tables. If it does start raining, you're not covered.
Mm-hmm. That's
Not
right.
all of them are covered at Rose and Crown. So you got to
That's
kind of
right.
watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, it's always such a joy chatting with you and learning. I'm just fascinated with the food world. So
I know
and
you
with
are.
what you do on a daily basis.
You
So
know why you're fascinated by it? Because you don't have to live it 24 hours a day.
that's why I love it.
So, let me express this. Okay.
Yeah.
Trust me. In my world, I need these.
Yep. A lot, I bet.
A lot of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, John, thank you for joining us. We
More than
appreciate it.
welcome anytime, Jeremy.
We'll see you around. I'm sure sometime tomorrow. We'll catch you in the parks. There's always
Yay.
a
that'll be
John
fun. I'll be
sighting.
running around and as always, everyone, they're raising money for Give Kids the World. This is a wonderful place that if you were a part of the VIP tour, you've been on media tours where you've toured the campus. It's an amazing campus where they have the opportunity to help kids that, I think I've written many, many times, Google John Self, Give Kids the World, that this is a place where kids get told yes, that rarely get told yes. It's always, you can't do that. You can't go to the pool. You can't go here. You can't go there. We're afraid for you. We're trying to be safe for you. Be a good parent. Imagine being a parent for a week that you've told your kid no for 10 years, and at least for 1 week, it's yes. Like we talked about last year. Yes, you can have ice cream for breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can take your wheelchair and you can take it into the pool area and you can enjoy a pool, even though you're never allowed out of your wheelchair normally. You get to enjoy a pool just like everybody else. They have
That's
that.
amazing. Yeah.
So
It is amazing.
Sorry, I think I switched into my former vocation there for a second.
No,
Okay,
I love it.
Okay.
Because that's what all this is about. I mean, we have a lot of fun chatting with Greg and chatting with you and learning things Disney and all, but ultimately this entire weekend is about Give Kids the World and raising as much money as possible. And you've been a big part these past 3 years as well, helping us out. So we always appreciate that. And we know that we will be in touch and see you very, very soon. So we're excited as well. All right, John. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day and running around.
One last thing, it's really good to come on Main Street Magic and actually see Rhonda, because usually I'm the replacement for Rhonda. So it's much nicer to see you. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you,
and
John.
I'm sure the audience appreciates hearing your voice more than mine. So
yeah, usually.
Well, thank you.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. That is going to wrap it up for us, because I'm ready to
You ready to go to the pool?
I'm hungry and I do want pizza. Are you proud of me for not stopping at Pizza Ponte last night? I didn't want to.
There was a private event
at Pizza Ponte. Oh
Mhm.
no, that would have been so heartbroken.
I know, because we were passing because Amy and Chuck were really hungry.
Yeah.
And we were trying to go get them some food. And I was like, first of all, we'd have to look to see if there's gluten-free pizza.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is.
Literally, it said closed for private events. I was like, ooh, glad you weren't wanting to go in there.
Okay, now I'm putting this on my Disney wish list. I want our Main Street 16 weekend challenge weekend to get to a point where a private event is being held at Pizza Ponte.
Okay.
What does that take? Maybe we can get that group involved. But no, thank you everybody for tuning in. Again, this is all about Give Kids the World Village, mainstreet16.com. There's a donate button right at the top. If you guys will go out there, just donate anything you can, or just share the information, would be wonderful. We are going to continue to raise money all throughout this weekend. Follow along on all the social channels tomorrow, mainstreet16.com tomorrow, as Rhonda and I run around. And of course, all these teams run around for the ultimate. I didn't get to show these earlier. They're running around for their awards. We've got some cool medals and stuff for the different teams. I
As you
cannot
keep
drop
dropping
them all
every
on the
single
ground,
one.
but yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff happening throughout all of this, and our goal is to make it bigger and bigger every year, and just continue to raise money and help all around. So thank you, Rhonda.
Oh,
This has been the longest we've sat and chatted, I think, as far as something like this
I know,
goes.
my back
So
kind of hurts.
I know all of me hurts, and I'm going to go soak it in a pool. So yeah, keep in touch. Thank you guys that were able to tune in.
Yes,
If you
thank
end up,
y'all.
if you're watching this later, you can catch this on YouTube. You can catch it on Twitter. You can catch it on Facebook. Thank you guys. And as always, we will see you real soon.
Bye, guys.